Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
All right, we have Guy, Torry, and Tony Tone in studio.
You know,
They're
sorry, not to interrupt, but Guy Torry, he's been in our studio more than any other guest.
Really?
Yeah.
I just got to point it out. You're the guy.
Wow.
You're our guy. Anyway, yeah, but tell everybody where they're going to be because you definitely want to snag your tickets.
At the Funny Bone this weekend, May 23rd and 24th. Get your tickets, OrlandoFunnyBone.com. So, guys, I have to ask you, first, Guy, we just heard that you were in Florida. You flew back to L.A.
Yeah.
Like, what, yesterday? Or 2 days ago?
Yeah. Tuesday morning, I flew back to L.A., had a show, a Fat Tuesday show Tuesday night, and I turned around
All right,
and flew back
cue
out.
the yard man.
Yeah.
And cue the yard man directly behind Guy. Cue
I
him
brought
now.
him with me.
Yeah,
Brought him with you.
So, Guy, how the hell do you keep the schedule up?
Man. Viagra.
Yes. You know, I've never done that. I've never.
Me either, but
Really? I've never used
I
it.
just shoot it in my veins so I
neither
can
have I.
stay up. The whole
I think
body can stay up.
It's not because I'm anti it at all. Like,
Right.
I'm all
Right.
about doing that, but it scares me.
If you take care of yourself, you won't need that stuff.
Yeah, and
So
I know you
hold
guys
on,
both take
Tony.
care of yourself.
Well, him more than me. I mean, I'm.
Well, so I want, Guy, you work out, right? Regularly or
not
no?
as
You
much
work outside. You work outside.
I saw you teasing him. I saw you teasing. It was you hitting the bag, and I screamed to you. Tell me, I screamed to Tom. I go, "This guy's gigantic." And then on the bottom it said, "Where's Guy? Where's Guy Torry?"
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're calling him
Peloton.
out.
I Peloton.
I Peloton.
Okay, all right.
I Peloton.
Yeah.
Well, because to keep up your schedule, it seems to me like you have to be in good shape. I mean, like just the travel alone
Man.
you've been doing is crazy.
Let me tell you how much I love you guys. Right?
cocaine.
Because normally we would have done this show tomorrow.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you all are unavailable, so I had to fly out early, which I don't mind because I love this show so much. And the only flight I could catch, I had to ride. I had to ride coach.
Oh no!
I had to be back there. I had to be back there with the commoners, man.
no.
Oh,
That's
that's
horrible.
No,
I'm a mean person when I have to be with the commoners. man.
Yeah.
Oh, the stinky whites are back
Oh,
there.
man.
The ones that
Stinky everybody.
No, but the whites with the screaming babies and they're going to Disney World. You
And
know the ones I'm
the
talking
ones who
about.
walk in the lavatory barefoot.
Yeah.
No socks,
They
no
do take their
shoes, all that.
off.
But they're the
Yes,
ones
no,
always. They're the
Why-
ones always land on top of the first class, though.
Yeah, but
Plane crash.
why are they always taking their shoes off on the plane? Leave your shoes
Yeah.
on.
Man,
Yeah,
because
I
your feet swell. Because I take mine off. I have socks on. But I'm not going to the bathroom with barefoot.
Yeah, socks are fine. I give socks a pass. You go to the
Yeah.
hospital, they give you grippy socks.
Oh,
That's
man,
fine.
that's why I go to the hospital. Only to get the socks.
I still wear my grippy
Them some
socks.
good
too.
socks,
they are great
right?
socks, but they're yellow. I don't like I can't
well,
match
they're
it.
different colors, though.
It's
They have,
hard-
they have purple, they have yellow, they
They
have
got
blue.
like a light blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
You're
a light
listening
blue.
to Senior Citizen Radio.
Well, I'm grippy socks in the morning.
So, but the staying at the hotels and
It beats you up.
being in
Yeah.
airports.
Yeah. With people, with humans.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
Just going through the airport procedures and all that. That's got to be.
See, that's
rough.
That's the work part. The stage part is easy.
Yeah.
Performing for fans.
yeah.
That's the easy part. It's the traveling. And Tony doesn't fly. Tony drives everywhere, so he has a different experience.
You drive everywhere, Tony?
My trip here started in Colorado Springs, Colorado, this past Sunday.
Oh man!
And I got here yesterday.
Tell him what you drive.
I'm a single man in a minivan.
I thought you were fucking around. Like I didn't know.
No, he
I
looked
got
like
a
a
2022
pedophile
Chrysler
driving around.
Pacifica.
Hell, that's a good ride.
Oh, great ride.
That is a good
Great ride.
Hey, shout out to the Pacifica guys.
It came with a family already in it.
Well, why do you drive, Tony?
I just love the drive. There's so much more freedom, a lot of flexibility. Airlines, they nickel and dime you now. I used to fly back in the day.
He did.
Post 9/11, even after 9/11, but it just nickel and dime, and then you're restricted to that ticket.
Yeah.
For me, I like a lot of flexibility. I can always reroute. I can pick up extra shows. Don't have to worry about changing my ticket.
Okay.
Whatever, you know, I can carry what I want at whatever weight I want, as much as I want, whatever. You know, it's a lot of freedom.
He gets the flexibility from his mom.
Oh, see, there you go. There you go. There you go.
Pretty flexible. She's a very flexible woman.
Does it also allow you to like work out or like
Yeah.
keep a better schedule?
No, you got to
personally?
do that Russell Wilson on the plane, man. You got to be running up and down. Right?
Yeah, right. Let's ride. Let's ride.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Freaking everybody out on the plane.
Mac will work out. I got memberships at LA Fitness and Planet Fitness, so I won't miss a beat.
Okay.
Nice.
And you know, I can always stop, get a workout in, take a shower at the gym, get back in the car, and roll out. However, man, I love it, man. I mean, I got an apartment on wheels right now.
Do you like the being alone of like driving?
I do.
I do too.
The peaceful. It's
Yeah.
just, oh man, yeah.
Like I got a little dog. I got a little West Highland Terrier, and I
Okay.
put him in my Tesla. And then I find a destination to go to, and then I just hit the button, and then we just go, and it just
Go.
drives me there, and we just sit.
Wow.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
First world.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
It's
it's
awesome.
great.
It is awesome. Yeah, it's very
like
peaceful.
yeah,
It's therapy.
Yeah, it is like
therapeutic.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
I don't even listen to anything. I'm just
Right.
like it's just me and me.
Yeah, that's true. You can ride in silence. You're just thinking. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
If you
It's
do
true.
it with somebody else, you ride in silence. You're a weirdo.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Oh, Guy, so this topic came up on the show the other day, and I thought of you, and I knew you were coming in. So I was like, I bet Guy has an interesting perspective on this. And even Tony, you could chime in because you've been doing stand-up for a long time.
Right.
So we were talking about have audiences changed in the past 10 years? Because a lot of we've heard a lot of people talk about like post-COVID audiences were like a little bit different, which is understandable. But it seems like there's some sort of change where people are like, oh, it used to be different 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
And now it seems like people are like talking a lot more or like somehow interacting without understanding they're in an audience, like with the show, like all of a sudden they're just talking back to the performer.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
it's like distracting everybody. Like, what
a
is
real
weird?
bad one for me at Funny Bone. It was a great show, but Miss Pat had to keep telling everybody to shut the fuck up because people were doing, and it didn't seem malicious. They would be like, she'd make a joke.
Right.
She'd come back in to hit it again, and then they'd be like, ain't that right?
It's not
and
even
it'd be like,
heckling.
yo, just, we know, man. You don't need to.
Well, that's
She's-
black. That's black people.
No,
but I just
no.
want to say the same thing. That's
This
just-
was all people. This,
Yeah,
yeah.
We
yeah.
see
But,
white people.
but see that's her. You attract people who like you or like your style, or people like that are like you.
Yeah.
I don't have that problem at my show. I mean, every once in a while you get somebody who's drunk and may try to talk back or heckle. But they know not to fuck with me.
Well, it's not really heckling. Like I was at the Ricky Gervais show
Yeah, it's
in
more
New York.
like lack of-
They
3
try to
weeks
make
ago.
a conversation.
It's like lack of decorum. It'd be like.
Are they co-signing, like kind of co-signing, going along with it? Thinking
Yeah,
they
yeah,
helping?
Yeah.
helping, but also like they're not aware that you're at a comedy show.
right.
Keep
Yeah,
it
yeah.
the fuck down.
That
you know?
actually happened last week. I was at a show and a guy was up front, and I was toward the end of my set, and it was cool. I had a moment where he started interviewing me like, man, life, man, how was it working with Eddie Murphy in life?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That is exactly
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yo.
Where the guy's like in
It's not
there.
a podcast.
Yeah, and they're like, no, it's me and Guy Torry. Nobody else is here, and
Right.
I'm
Right,
gonna
right.
talk. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
selfish right now, and I'm gonna. It's like people, and this is what I've been calling it. It's like people after COVID, and I think you kind of disagree with me, but I think it's like people reclaim. They're like, that was scary,
Right.
And I thought we were all gonna die, so I'm taking what I
Right.
can get now.
Well,
Right.
that's long COVID.
I'm thinking it's more of the social media,
Right.
the internet. Everybody's just in their own bubble, interacting with
just
the-
barfing
like,
your thoughts out.
Like you forget you're around other people because you're such.
Here's
They-
what I
they-
think.
They're commenting out loud like it's a post.
yeah,
Right. That's what
yeah.
I'm gonna say. I think what it is because now with social media, they know more about us now, so they feel like they're the homie.
Okay,
or
they
the
know
friend.
you more.
So,
yeah.
exactly. Well, before, the less people knew about you, the more famous you were.
Yes,
you were
yeah,
a
yeah.
mystery.
Yes.
Now, the less they know about you, they don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah. Because
So-
you
Yeah.
see you interact with them all the time
Yeah.
on social media.
Right.
You're talking to me, guys.
Right, exactly. So
Yeah.
they feel like they come to the show thinking it's alive.
Yeah.
Like,
Before you see a famous person you only saw in a movie,
Right.
and you're like, oh, and you're frozen in
Right.
fear. But you're like, oh my god.
Now
And
they're too familiar.
Yeah,
The internet has exposed us all to too much information all at once.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
The
And
less
that's-
we knew, the better it was.
And we're not built to maintain that much stimulation.
And that's why
it's guiding us too.
And that's why I'm flight coach. Because they talk to you. First class, everybody stay to themselves.
Yeah,
their
they
own
do.
lane. When I have to fly coach, I'm miserable, man. Because people talk to you and you can have your headphones on. I'll be watching something and they still try to have a whole conversation. My headphones are on for a reason.
Yeah. Do you engage or do you? I try
not to.
I try to just keep. I'll just like they start talking to me. I just try to block it out like I don't hear it. You know?
I'm hoping they don't recognize me.
Yeah.
Because then it's
Very
like,
recognizable, man.
Now they got jokes for me. Okay.
You're really recognizable.
It happens when you're very recognizable.
Like
they don't recognize me.
Well, I mean, I bet you do sometimes, though. You
No,
guys
people will strike up a conversation. Whether they recognize you or not, they're going to
They see the van, and then they're like,
Hey.
oh, you're a Pacifica guy? What year is yours? How many family members came in your van? I had a golden retriever in mine.
Is that a Nautica edition? Did they ever do a Nautica edition? Remember when they would do that?
Yeah.
They would take clothing companies and then do like a van.
I think
right.
Ford did that expedition.
Yeah.
Eddie Bauer.
They did a Nautica.
And Harley.
I
They
always
did Harley
wanted,
Davidson, too.
Yeah, they did Harley. I always wanted the Nautica because I always thought that one was the one. I was like, man. 'Cause
Nautica used to be the brand.
I was
like,
a Nautica guy. I like their polos with the two-tone collar, like a yellow collar with a dark blue.
They had good cologne, too.
You drive a
Good
Tesla. You look like you would have liked that shirt.
Yeah.
You're driving a Tesla.
Oh, that shirt.
Yeah, that shirt.
No. You know what's funny is I bought that Tesla when it was the gay car. And now
It was what?
I bought it when it was the gay car. Like
That was the gay car?
Yeah. You're buying a
liberal
electric vehicle.
Right.
You are gay, and now I am a conservative leader in the
now-
neighborhood.
but now-
full Nazi.
Yeah, now I'm full Nazi.
Gay car versus straight shoes.
But he got a Ford engine, so it's a transgender car.
There you go.
So you guys follow the NFL, right?
Absolutely.
Of course.
Right.
Did you hear? What did you think about the tush push and them allowing it to keep going?
I'm like this. I'm a Ram fan, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm like, if you don't like it, then stop it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have a problem with the tush push at all.
Well, being the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, I think that the tush push it should go on and continue, and we just got to figure out ways. That's why my new defensive coordinator, Matt Eberflus, he's going to make sure that we stop it within our division. We're going to be the first team to stop the tush push, and we're going to move on, and we're going to win this thing this year.
Y'all are not going to the Super Bowl.
What'd you guys think of Jerry on Landman? Did you guys see him on Landman?
I did see
I
him
saw
on
that
Landman.
clip.
That was a good show.
He did great.
I thought he did too, and
Good show.
and he was getting hate, and I'm like, no.
That was
It
good.
was
I
good.
know when
That
to
was
hate
good.
him. I
Yeah.
know when to hate Jerry Jones. Now
Yeah.
is not the time. I thought he did a great job.
I thought he did a good job. Yeah.
Well, I like to know when is the time to hate me and why. From a man that drives a gay car.
Yes. I might make that the new lock charm. Yeah, right now the lock charm is Conan wrote the episode of The Simpsons where it's like Ford making fun of electric cars. So now when I lock my Tesla, it says, I am an electric car. I can't go very fast or very far. And if you drive me, people will think you're gay. That's what it says. The whole
Really?
thing. The
That's
whole
crazy.
thing. Oh, I like being funny. Man.
Although Jerry Jones did play just a rich old white oil man, which
Played himself.
You think you can do it?
Pretty much.
yeah, it was a pretty even. So anyway, back
Typecast.
to the tush push. I love that they kept it because
Me too.
For now.
it's for now, of course, but it's it's brilliant marketing by the NFL, which is becoming the biggest entertainment business in the United States
Right.
with the valuation of all the different teams, and now I don't know if you guys saw this. All the different teams are just selling off, like the 49ers just sold off 10% of their team for $900 million.
Wow.
That they get cash. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
and the ownership, they sell off a bunch of small percentage ownerships to a bunch of rich people that just want to own it. They don't
Right.
even get to do anything.
Right.
You know, they get maybe
it's
go
just like a status.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
essentially they got $900 million for nothing They didn't have to, you know, it's just like, here's 900 million. And then with that kind of money, it almost is the ability to produce infinite money because you could just reinvest 500 million of that and then just make, you know, so it's just like, it's almost like
rich get richer.
Yeah.
So big that people are talking about these contracts are like, oh, Brock Purdy, 180 million guaranteed.
I didn't see that coming.
Oh,
Yeah, but I didn't see
180
that
million?
coming with him. He got 265 million for 5 years.
265. Okay.
Yeah, but that's
And 180 guaranteed. Is that what
100,
you-
yeah. But people are like, oh, that's a lot of money for Mr. Relevant.
For him?
Yeah, but I'm like, you know what the difference between $1 billion and $1 million is?
Right, yeah,
like,
right.
In the terms of if it was a second, a dollar, it'd be 13 days to 31 years.
49er fans don't even like him.
Yeah,
A lot of them don't though. A lot of them don't.
don't.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I saw a lot of hate online.
I saw-
as,
yeah,
soon
a lot
as,
of hate on
as
them.
soon as that came through,
There
and
goes our season.
I didn't expect that, but I also didn't expect the hate because, like,
Yeah.
I did.
Well,
I got
you're
a lot
an
of
LA
friends
guy.
who are 49er
Right,
fans,
right.
and they don't like him.
Wow.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't think he was. They don't believe in him.
Gotcha.
It's so funny that everybody is their number one thing is like, all right, here's what we do: we tank, we number one draft pick, and rebuild. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, it doesn't seem that that number one draft pick or whatever is going to
pan out.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
Right.
So it's like, why is everybody's like, oh, this is what you should do? It's like, tell me when that worked. It doesn't say, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at the teams that are constantly winning. It wasn't because they got the number one draft pick. You know, and
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Right,
I mean,
right.
The Eagles.
They always discount coaching though.
Yes,
Coaches, a right coaching staff can get the best out of players too.
Man, look at the Knicks game last night. If those who saw
did you guys watch?
Game 1? Yeah, I watched it from the plane.
Yeah,
and
it was
coach.
great. It's probably bad in coach, right?
It was bad. The screen was grainy.
The stinky whites are in there. I heard the
Terrible.
stinky
But
whites are
dude,
in
just
coach.
like being at the game, people walking across you and stepping on you.
Right, yeah. Flying in coach is like being on Tubi.
Oh, that's cold. That's cold.
Terrible back there. The air is bad back there.
I got a friend that just hit me up. He's like, "Hey, dog, my movie's on Tubi. You know him too." Yeah,
I have a Tubi movie.
We got a few Tubi movies. My brother has a Tubi movie. I have a
Don't
Tubi
let
movie.
him make fun of you, Tony.
Yeah, don't take that back.
It's on. I consider it all on the internet. No matter what, sir.
Yeah.
If it's
all
on the
out there.
internet,
You're fine.
Streaming.
So I was going to ask you guys about the. Have you followed the Diddy trial?
What? Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it.
Pretty good.
Take that.
No.
Tony is on a Puffy video wearing Puffy's clothes.
Yeah.
Hold on, what?
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
He's in a Sean Combs video wearing Sean's clothes.
Is it on Tubi?
It's on video. It was on DVD and HBO. It's called P. Diddy's Bad Boys of Comedy.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it was a comedy show.
Oh no, were we not supposed to bring this up?
And we did. Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
We did have to wear his brand, Sean John.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, and he was backstage to get on everybody's nerves before we went on stage.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So basically, he's on a Puffy video. With
I am wearing his
Puffy's
clothes.
on.
Yeah, but I was
Just
I
the
was,
brand.
but I was oil free. Oil free.
What do you think? I'm ignorant to a lot of the facts of this whole thing. So if I do misspeak, I'm not doing it on purpose. But I do.
Where you're going with this.
Okay, but so we've made fun of Vince McMahon
Yes.
because
Oh yeah, you know what he did, right?
all the stuff. Well, Vince McMahon was allegedly passing a female associate/employee around to other wrestlers while he was banging her.
Yeah.
And then he shit on her head.
Yeah, well, he had a threesome.
Sounds like the NBA.
He and another saggy ass old man had a threesome with this associate, and then he shit on her head. And then he asked to leave, and then he went and took a shower while they continued pumping away, I guess. And then then he came back, and he's like, "Oh yeah, they're still doing it."
So it's one girl, two butts.
Yeah, but the one guy's like fucking her, I guess, and Vince McMahon shit on her head.
But
it's a power move.
But
The power move was he's just old and he couldn't hold his bowels anymore.
I don't know. I can't figure it out because I'm not into that. Like I can never see a scenario.
She was trying to teabag him, but he couldn't hold it together.
You know, it's so crazy because it's one of those scenarios where like if my wife asked to do a threesome, I probably wouldn't. I got kid and I don't want to ruin anything. And like, I don't know. You know, I'm a boring old man. But I'm just saying, if I had it, the number one thing I wouldn't do is shit on the girl's head.
Yeah, me either. Man.
Yeah,
Or
it's just not something I would do.
So basically, I just describe this behavior as like what evil kings do in like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like a Joffrey
Where you
scenario.
can bring in, all the sex
power
slaves,
thing.
and you make them do
Right.
crazy things. You pass them around, and it's like this is what Diddy was
Caligula.
doing, but but also what Vince McMahon was doing, and what a lot of people are doing. I'm sure in that, especially in a different time or whatever. So
Yeah.
this was happening, and some people are getting away with it.
Yeah, like
Vince McMahon,
Diddy apparently
yeah.
liked
Yeah.
another guy's like semen on his nipples.
Rubbed on his nipples by
After
Cassie.
they would be
was-
with
that was awful.
Cassie, then
Well, that's just so you can have nice nipples. Let's not
I don't like
villainize that.
I don't like my own cum on my nipples.
I don't either.
Yeah.
But you don't shoot that far.
It did
I don't either.
happen one time. Get it off me!
Yeah,
Get it off me!
So,
It burns! It burns! Oh, that's not good.
so obviously Diddy's in in this trial an enormous amount of trouble, and it blew up to the point where my kids are in elementary school.
Wow.
They tell me they make Diddy jokes in class.
Yeah,
They're like,
that's been
Wow.
going on for a long
yeah,
time.
they're
Wow.
4th and 5th grade, and they don't even
Wow.
understand what it is. And I'm like, do you
Yeah.
know who did it? They're like, oh, all the kids say it, and then they're like, oh, he gets kids, and like, so they don't even
They don't
know.
understand.
They,
Right,
they,
right.
they
Like
think
they'll write under something, like if you were to say like, hey, come out to my show tonight, like a promotional thing.
Right.
Like it's hip for younger people to write under your promotional thing. If you ever see this, it'll be like, not today, Diddy.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen
Yeah.
that on the
If they
post. I
write-
wonder
yeah.
why were people saying
Yeah,
that?
that
it
is.
becomes it became a
Yeah, it's a
social meme.
nice try, Diddy. It's a nice try,
it's
Diddy.
a
Or
meme.
not today, Diddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I don't know why
Yeah,
they.
my daughter hears it all the time too.
Well, we've been saying no Diddy, replace pause or no. You know the saying,
homo.
and they used to, and I'm saying it because that was the saying.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
it, but
Gotcha.
it used to be no homo.
Yeah.
And then that got changed to
No Diddy.
No,
Oh.
it got changed to pause.
Pause. Yeah.
And then now it's no Diddy. So if you say something that could be seemed homosexual-ish,
Ish,
then you would say no homo at first, and then they changed no homo to pause because people start
never
coming
said
down
though.
on homo, and then now it's no Diddy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
become this cultural meme
Right.
and stuff.
Right.
And do you think that's why this is happening? You know, because and like the Vince McMahon thing is like he was doing at least
No
in the
shitty.
same spectrum and with no blowback, right? Everybody kind of
Yeah.
forgot it. It was nothing.
Yeah, people aren't talking about his, and his
Right.
is bad.
And then, and then, so at least, I mean, I don't know which is worse or what. Like maybe Diddy's a little bit worse than Vince McMahon, but at least it's similar. And
Oh,
then,
it's very
you know,
similar.
yeah, and then now
I
it's like-
don't think it's similar. I think if that was a one-off for Vince McMahon, that's a one-off. Diddy had a history of years of this.
Yeah, I think Vince did too, though.
So,
Yeah, I
Vince
think.
did too?
I think he did.
Weinstein?
Maybe not, I don't know the links comparatively, but I think Vince is the reason he kind of exited is everybody was like, "Oh yeah, this has been a thing." You know, this one woman is one woman, but there
So
are
he quit
other.
shitting on the wrestlers and started just shitting on.
Yeah,
yeah. And it's like
there's
extreme
legal
behavior.
ways to do this too. If you got to shit on people, you can literally pay people.
Let's go to
handsomely.
Hollywood and
Yeah.
be a producer.
Right.
Ruin some careers.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
but it blew up so big that now like it's crazy to see even in like Hollywood and like on social media everybody distancing themselves from Diddy and even like the 90s because
Right.
like that was a huge thing to. I remember I was on the radio when like Puff Daddy was doing crazy parties and he would get penguins at his house and shit and it was like, oh, he practices tantric sex for
that
4
was like
hours. I
20
was like,
years ago.
you know, I think it was this huge thing, and if you were a celebrity, you were there.
Take that.
And then then this happens, and everybody's like, I wasn't, or like, oh, were you at the parties? And then it became where if you even went to a Puff Daddy party, then it's like, oh, this guy's a molester too.
Right, and that's
It's
why,
weird.
like back then, of course, I wanted to go to a Diddy party. My career was budding. You hear
Yeah.
about all the
Yeah.
producers
Yeah. You
and
had
the
access,
fine
I'm
women
sure.
there, but I never got invited.
Guy was there. He was there. Yeah.
No, I wasn't there. Now my
Shout out
brother
to
went to a
Tom
Diddy
and
party.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Almost
Brother Joe
good.
mentioned
That's
one,
what chills in my arms, man. That's like he's here. I don't like that. That's a monster. The
What?
man is a monster.
Yeah.
And he's doing the heart. He'll do the heartogram.
Right.
Like in like.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he does like a heart.
They drew that.
I thought it was a booty hole. Oh.
Yeah.
I thought he was trying to say,
And
hey,
they got his hair all black snake moan. They got it all grayed out.
Right. Well, they ain't got it. It's him. You can't have dye in jail.
Oh.
You can't dye your
You
hair.
can die in jail, but you can't have that.
Right.
Gotcha,
You can't have that. Right.
No
you
shit.
Can't, yeah, you can't. They don't allow
He
you
looks
to
like
dye
Claude
your hair.
and Ray from Life.
Life.
Is that a rule for everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You don't. Yeah. He can get shaped up,
But he can't
get cut,
any.
but you can't dye your hair.
It's psychological. You can't have anything extra, man.
Right.
Okay, so you can't even do like vanity stuff
Nope.
at all. Yeah.
Nah, just
Right.
basic haircut. That's about it.
Can you have like skincare products?
I don't know. He was promoting proactive for a long
Well,
time.
He'll be jacking off on his
Well, yeah,
nipples.
there's a lot of,
Right,
yeah, a lot of
yeah.
semen, lot of
Protein.
semen in prison.
Yeah,
You can rub it
he'll
all
be
in.
fine. He'll be fine. Smooth as ever.
I'm just wondering where's the cutoff? Like,
I mean, to have
you
that
have
on your
toothpaste.
have that on your body, he had more semen in his belly than Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, they said he used to. They said I was watching this one thing. They said he used to have to. He'd make the Punisher, that one
Right,
escort.
the one the stripper dude.
They had this
Escort.
one escort, and he's like, this guy's supposed to be the guy, you
Right.
know, I guess with the biggest dick or whatever. And they
Right.
called him the Punisher.
Punisher.
And so he and the other escorts and Cassie would have to be like, Diddy would be directing.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And he would be looking at everything, and he would be like, looking, and he'd be like, cut. Put more oil on, you're dry.
Yeah.
And he'd be
Wow.
like,
And they said he was sober too, allegedly.
Yeah, which
That's
I
just,
thought-
I want to protect the show.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, we're so huge.
Guy, I think
He's a
you
real
can say.
pro.
I think the internet has made like the ability to say whatever you want because there's so much at all
Right.
times that
It's crazy.
it's impossible.
But they're
to
pick and
single out.
choose who they want to come at.
Yeah.
That's
No
true.
pun intended.
It's usually little guys too, right?
It depends on what you've done too.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Or whose feathers you ruffle.
Like if you have movies on Tubi, they may not come after you. Like,
You know what? We at the chat room.
That's true.
The chat room just reminded me that we have a movie on Tubi.
Oh,
All four of us are on Tubi.
yes.
How about that?
We
We're
are
coming up.
we are in a biopic for Walt Disney called As Dreamers Do, where we play two drunks in a barbershop.
Oh, really?
That's not a
Yeah.
stretch either for you.
Yeah,
guys.
no. Yeah.
It's a Jerry Jones of
It's a
acting.
Jerry-
Yeah, it's very Jerry.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Jerry. You know, that means a lot.
Oh, I wanted to ask you guys this too. Why do you think Shannon Sharp blew up so much and Club Shay Shay? Like,
Well, Cat Williams.
do you
Cat
think
Williams
it's just because of that one interview?
Yes,
Of
because I
course.
mean, it was growing. Of course, it was growing, but then Cat just took it to a whole new stratosphere.
Okay, and you think just that one instance will, because it seems like he parlayed that into this $100 million deal, and then and then it's like, wow, like this happened fast.
He played it right.
And then I was like, what is it about him? Because there's so many talented people out there that have done podcasts and YouTube
Right.
shows, and all of a sudden this one blows up like Club Shay Shay,
Well,
where it's like,
I mean, what Cat did, in my opinion, was very calculated. Because Cat had a tour coming out. Cat
Yeah.
also was doing a special. And if you notice, everybody he mentioned, right, are always trending. He mentioned Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley has a national syndicated radio show. So what do you think they talked about on the Ricky Smiley show the next morning? What do you think Ricky Smiley's competitors on their shows talked about? The Cat Williams interview. He talked about Steve Harvey, another guy with a national syndicated radio show. What do you think they talked about in his rival? Then he talked about Kevin Hart, who's always trending. He talked about Cedric, who was trending because his show got picked up again, and Anthony Anderson has the barbecue coming out. So he's trending. Talk about Kanye, who's always trending. Kardashian always trending. Talk about D.L. Hughley, national show. So when you hashtag any of them, Cat's name came up.
Now, that's very observant of you, guy, but my next topic is going to be, because that's on Tubi.
So Cat, people don't know Cat's a genius. His IQ is
Yeah.
160.
Yeah, he is
So
a
what he
genius,
did
man.
was what he
He's
did was
forever
evil
been
genius, but
funny,
he's a
man.
genius. And I just wonder about the relationships he may have. You know, he talked
Heard,
about Fat
yeah.
Tuesday's documentary.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
And
he was
you
wrong.
had your receipts. I
had my
remember.
receipts, right.
And I remember that. And but
But the views went up 60% after he talked about it.
Yeah.
The views went up for my doc, went up 60%, and I got a possible development deal out of it. So Hey, keep talking. Cat.
Hey.
So
I think it's
is
only
he-
fair that I come
well-
on Tom and Dad next.
Yeah. Is he doing it right? Or is that because you mentioned the baggage that comes with that, or the possible,
But
let's
that-
say possible baggage,
Right.
right?
What-
Because you could hurt some feelings, or maybe
He don't.
'cause
Cat's
you-
been doing it.
'cause
Cat's been
you-
honest from day one. So it's
Yeah.
not nothing that he's doing. That's who Cat is. He just had a platform to because Cat don't do that. He didn't do that many interviews anyway.
Right.
Didn't really do a lot of radio.
Pretty guarded, yeah.
But pretty exactly. So that took his tour to a whole new level. Even though the tour was going to sell well anyway, but the ticket price went up and the demand went up. So,
do you think if you're Shannon Sharp, you're like, hey, Cat, you just made me $100 million? You're like, because
they should have broken them off. I don't know if Cat got paid.
But it all just got taken away by the little white lady.
Don't tell you where he went to
Took it all the way.
allegations. Which it seems like it happened right around the $100 million.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Right.
Yeah, very interesting, yeah.
But
Black man's downfall. Kobe, Tiger Woods,
King Kong.
Bill Clinton,
Kong.
Bill King Kong,
Jesus Christ.
Jonathan Majors,
You are killing me.
Adam and Eve. Adam was black. He was white.
Yep.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
About to blow up. Cinnamon white girl. It's getting too big. It's getting too big. Cinnamon white girl. Ding dong.
But so Guy, and you're right. He he
Said I'm white? Oh,
No.
right.
About Cat Williams, and then he is a genius and is a brilliant marketing move. But so the basically he laid it out for everybody, but no one else did what Cat Williams
They didn't do the numbs.
Yeah. So it's
they
like
can't.
I'm sure other people are like, oh, I see what Cat Williams did. Let me try this, and then it doesn't do it. It's like then why. Even one good interview doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have this huge contract.
Right.
But then Shannon Sharp show and Club Shay Shay, insanely popular, gets a lot of views. And I'm like, well, what is it about him and his interview style? And because he's not, he didn't come from an entertainment background.
I don't think it's him. No offense to Shannon Sharp. I've worked with him before on Fox Sports.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's him. I think it was that Cat Williams interview. And then some people try to come and do the same, but it wasn't genuine because that's not who they are.
Right.
And Cat's just always been honest.
Yeah.
And we all know stuff. I've been in the business for 32 years. This is shit I've seen that if I start talking like that, then it could probably do the same numbers or
that's not
close
you,
to it.
right.
That's not how I'm wired. though.
Yeah.
I'm not wired that way. I have friends, so I don't want to ruin their relationships with friends. And they because now with Cat, who's gonna go to him and trust him with any stories now?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta
But he's
blow
always
his
kind of
load
rolled
out.
alone, right?
He always rolled along. Yeah, Cat was always on his own island.
You got a small circle.
Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
like he's
Oh,
never. Yeah,
Right. Not
yeah,
an entourage.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Well, he has an entourage, but not a lot of people,
Okay,
and not a lot of Hollywood names.
Right.
He could, but he just marches to his own beat.
and Fat Tuesday's still going on.
Still going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still
That's
going.
amazing.
Yeah.
And-
And more to come.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Yeah. You think it comes back, let's talk about the show real quick before we run out of time. Like are we gonna do more?
There's spinoffs. There's a lot of projects coming. And Tony
Nice.
was part of Fat Tuesdays back in the day too.
Oh,
He's
that's killer, man.
Yeah.
1997 was my first time stepping on stage at the Comedy Store where Fat Tuesday was born
Yeah.
and sustained. And it was so big to me because that's a house that Pryor built.
Yes.
Seinfeld,
and
Carlin,
Seinfeld. He had so many
Murphy.
legendary names
Yeah.
on that. I'm like, I'm gonna stepping foot on the same stage.
Yakov Smirnoff.
Even in I got a funny Yakov Smirnoff
We
story.
know we had him on.
We
We
did
had him on
him
like
there.
He got the
about 2
loudest.
months ago or
He
something.
got the loudest sign in the original room.
He does.
The sign is so loud. Yeah, I said, man, somebody cut that Yakov Smirnoff sign down. but
It's a neon sign.
neon sign.
And it's loud. You know, sometimes they,
yeah. So I thought I was the only one to notice that. So you know about it too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and even down to the Comedy Store experience, even down to the green room, they got the same glass piano. We all have to snort coke off of that, just like everybody else did in the pen. No, is that piano still in there?
It's still in there.
That's crazy.
And you can see it on the piano. It's a glass piano. It's small. It's a coffee table. Yeah. But you can see all the razor blade marks.
You can. Oh my God. Yeah, that's true.
Wild,
real talk,
man.
Real talk.
Yeah, a lot of cocaine was going on that.
But yeah, it was a pleasure being a part.
Sure.
Matter of fact,
that's history.
Not
man.
only did I start performing on the show as a stand-up, he made me part of his improv troupe called PCP. He had an improv
Fat
troupe. Fat Comedy Players. And it was the only show where all the comedians, Guy would bring out all the comedians that are on the show, bring us all back out at the end. We do freeze tag. It's an improv acting exercise.
And that's where Nick Cannon got the idea for Wildin' Out.
Really?
And he says it. He says it in the documentary. Yeah.
I've seen it. He doesn't he do an exercise similar to that on the show?
Yeah.
Or maybe he just cops it blatantly.
It was
No, he was inspired by it. He says it. He says very said,
that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun thing. So that was a great experience, you know.
Well, you've done. Am I correct in that? Did you? Were you a ringmaster for
Black Circus
for the Universal?
Yeah,
So I guess in the Black
The
yeah.
Black Circus.
It is.
Is that what it's called?
A lot of stray cats and dogs. It wasn't real animals. They go to black neighborhoods and pick up the stray dogs and cats and rats and put them in tutus. And
we had lions with roaches, but no.
Lions with roaches.
No, it was a Universal Circus.
Yeah,
and he's right.
It's cool though.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It was soul, hip hop under the big top. It was a lot of fun, man. I was there for like 6 years straight.
Cool.
And then I started coming back to doing fill-in work, but because it took me away from stand-up pretty much.
But I bet that's hard because you're having to like think on your feet. You're the main host.
Right.
That's
right.
a good.
and then share a dressing room with monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a lot of reps that way, right?
I do, and I do get a lot of reps in different ways. It teaches you crowd control.
Yes.
You have to be, you have 2,500
Ringmaster,
people under the tent each night. It's theater in the round, and you have to be quick on your feet. One of the most challenging parts was whenever we had an accident in the show, you have to either, if you don't have a formality to get past that, then you have to think on your feet. And then,
you do. You got to get the audience back.
Yeah.
It's
And
tough.
keep them. You got to keep them. Depending on how bad the accident was, too. You got to
Right.
you got to contain the kids.
Because they had like, I don't know if you saw the acts, like some were like Wall of Death or the fire. It was like,
that motorcycle.
I
Wheel of Death
I used to stand on the side of the globe of death. Where the motorcycles go around me.
Yeah.
I used to stand in the middle of that.
You know, you
Oh,
are.
really?
You are
Like
in
in
the,
Yeah,
I
I
think
stood
it was
in the-
invented somewhere around here. Like you are in the home
Oh,
of
yeah.
the Globe of Death.
Florida.
Like
Daytona.
Florida is the home of Globe of Death.
Well,
And
it's funny
everybody
you-
that invented it looks like me.
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny you say that, but Florida is almost a home to, at least Sarasota is home to most of the circus, because when they're down, that's where, like, I wouldn't want to walk around the streets of Sarasota at night because I'd be afraid somebody's animal might get out.
Or the bearded lady.
That's back when
Or Scientologists.
You know,
that place, Sarasota's hot. Dude.
Really?
A lot of crazy stuff happening.
That's
there.
true. That's true.
You got clowns, and then you got like exotic animals.
Yeah, exotic animals. Yeah.
When you go there, you will be disappointed because it's a old, boring town of Florida.
That's true, though. That's true, because
everybody keeps to themselves.
That's
it's
Clearwater.
small beach
People
town.
are correcting me. Clearwater is Scientology.
No, I used to perform in Port Charlotte, so that's just south of Sarasota. So yeah, I think the youngest person is 65.
Oh man.
Yeah, the old people.
Yeah. It's definitely senior citizens.
That's like Marco Island.
Yeah.
So
it's funny. South Florida on the West Coast. I mean, like so much different than South Florida East Miami.
Right.
It's like the West Coast. They send all the kids over to the East Coast.
Right.
So am I in a different country?
You mentioned Marco Island. Dog the Bounty Hunter just moved
Really?
to Marco Island.
There's a comedy club that used to be there. They moved to Fort Myers called
was
Off the Hook. Off the Hook.
Oh, that's where Off the Hook used to be?
Yeah, Off the
Didn't
Hook
know
used
that.
to be
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's funny because they did it. It was a seafood restaurant during the day, and at night it was a comedy show. And the first time I did it, man, it was just full of old white people.
Oh yeah, they
with
love their
flip flops and
seafood.
shorts on. I'm
Yeah.
not used to that. I'm like, somebody dress up and come to this show.
Yeah. That's like my dad.
It's all
he
they
wore, like,
got.
tiny
Yeah.
shorts, a polo tucked into
Oh, my
it,
God.
like a little
Good to
braided
be in
belt.
Florida.
And they were looking at me like I took my dick out in church. You talk to a dog and their head just turns sideways and listen to you like that's a.
They're just there for
You
the
don't
seafood
work
dinner.
here? You're not here to do windows?
No,
All right.
not a server.
So I'm curious. You got a show tomorrow at the Funny Bone. What do you do for the rest of today? What's your
Oh
schedule
man,
like?
well there's a show tonight. I'm gonna go
Oh, is
check
it-
it out.
is
But
it
then I'm gonna go smoke cigars. And, you know,
Okay.
I'm a cigar
There's
smoker.
a
I don't
lounge
smoke
right there.
cigars. I'm a cigar smoker. So yeah, big
There's a
difference.
cigar lounge right there.
Really?
Like literally, if you walk to the stop sign and take a right, it's right there.
Yeah, we had to walk here because there was a crime scene somewhere around here that we had.
Yeah,
to,
let's
had the
let's-
streets blocked off.
Yeah, that's
I go to
weird.
the gym during the day. I go to the gym and then I relax during the day. Sometimes I go catch a movie. Like I plan on catching Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning.
I heard that's great.
I step
Dead
in-
Reckoning was off the chain.
Yeah, I heard.
I step into a gym too. It's a slim gym. I step into a slim gym.
I love a Slim Jim, man. I love it. I love it.
Step into a Slim Jim. Ooh, yeah. Guy Torry, I'm coming to see your show.
Really? Thank you, man.
Ooh, I'm coming back from the dead.
Oh yeah,
Can't keep me down.
that one hurt to lose the Macho Man.
I
I'm
met
still
him.
here.
I met
you
him.
met him?
I did the. Met him twice actually. I did it. Ozzie Smith retired years ago, and I did the. He was there.
Yeah.
And then I did the WWE house roast, and I met Mean Gene Okerman.
Oh, damn, you met all the guys.
I met all of them, man. I met Hillbilly Jim.
Jesus.
Oh, it was, and I grew up watching.
And a lot of these guys are no longer with us.
Right,
I mean,
Yeah.
right. I remember watching The Rock's dad, Rocky Johnson, when I was
Yeah,
a kid.
Soul Man
Well,
Rocky
he was,
Johnson.
yeah, he was a tag team with Tony Atlas.
That's right.
It used to be Wrestling at the Chase in St. Louis, but it was also NWA back then, not the
Yes.
rap group.
Yeah, yeah.
NWA.
Yeah.
And I grew up Catholic, so I was an altar boy for 10 years, untouched by a priest. So I used to go to church.
Allegedly.
I used to do 8 o'clock mass, right? And then be done by 9, rush home, watch wrestling at 10, and then football came on after that at noon. I had a perfect Sunday.
that's
morning.
I grew up in one of the cradles of wrestling, Memphis,
did.
Tennessee. Everybody
yeah.
came through Memphis.
Memphis.
And they had to lose to Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
They had to lose to Jerry Lawler.
Yeah, massive territory, man. The
Right,
Memphis,
right.
Those Memphis, people firebomb your convertible if you
Yeah.
came in there and you put on a show.
Right,
You
right.
know,
They still do.
Yeah, and then Diddy do it to Cuddy, right? I think that's what they're talking about today. Is
What?
the Cuddy is testifing about the
Right.
firebombing of his
Oh,
Porsche.
yeah.
Allegedly by
Allegedly by Mr. Oil.
Mr.
cool.
Semen Nipples.
What's crazy to me is he had the balls to do that himself. That's kind of impressive. Like, you fucking threw a firebomb at a car. Like, holy shit!
He got oleolas.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Like, you got some balls. Yeah, Tony, the most impressive thing about the old school wrestlers is they were able to maintain somewhat of a physique, and,
Right,
and with their lifestyle
Right,
of what
yeah.
they did. Like, they were alcoholics and then
And
cokeheads.
cokeheads.
Yeah. Look, I used to spar with Sid Vicious.
okay.
Oh Jesus!
We used to go to the same boxing gym in
Yeah.
Memphis. And shout out to Boxing Fitness in Memphis, Tennessee on Bartlett. But Sid was so nice. Very nice guy. And he was kind of like coming back off his remember he broke his leg
Yes.
in front of everybody. Did you see that? It was
I
crazy.
remember that. No.
So but he's very nice. We used to spar a little bit. And then he'll share stories about wrestling and stuff, man. And
It's crazy
big
because
dude, too.
you're a workout guy. Like, to be able to do that, and some of these guys were in their mid 40s, and
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
And then like,
Junkyard Dog.
how the fuck
Oh, I love Junkyard
can
Dog.
you
Oh, man.
maintain that? And I know drugs and most of them
Von
died
Erichs.
early, but still,
man,
like,
Von Erichs.
how bad must you have felt? Like, even when I drink a few too many and then try to get back
Right.
into work, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, God, it's hard as hell. These guys were
Well,
doing
Ric
it
Flair
every night.
he's still down the road in Tampa,
Yeah.
jumping around. And,
It's-
yeah, and that guy is not. He doesn't look good now. But
No.
if you rewind like even 10 years ago, not
Yeah.
that bad.
Not that bad.
Not, like
Right.
really not that bad.
That's
but like
genetics.
inside, it's got to be just
You
all.
know what I
disgusting,
love?
right?
I love George Animal Steel.
Yes.
And I used to play when I played
You couldn't do
basketball.
that gimmick anymore because
can't.
it would be considered like you were making fun of disabled people.
And I used
Oh,
to play
right,
defense
right.
like that. And I played basketball in high school. And we'd play this Jewish team, Yeshiva, I'll never forget it. And these Jewish kids is coming down the court, and I was a guard. So on defense, I would go like George Evans
goodness.
and the little guy threw the ball and scared the shit out of him.
Yeah.
He threw the ball up. I
Inspired
grabbed
by
it.
George the Animal Steel.
Yeah.
That's an amazing story.
Yeah.
You used to scare the Jewish basketball players by acting special needs.
Either that or the bushwhackers.
Like, whoosh.
Yeah, again, another gimmick you couldn't do because people would be like, "You're making fun of like our word." You know, you can't. No, you can't do
But
that.
whatever special need, what if they make fun of us?
Oh, they do.
Straighten it up.
Take it back, Guy. Take it back. You know what? We're taking it back. Guy Torry said we're taking it back.
Hey, what if they
Taking
make
it
fun of us? We'll
Right,
make fun of them.
yeah.
It's like the handicap. It's like we park in
you
their
can't fuck us.
spots.
Well, fuck you.
We get in trouble. They park in our spots. They don't get in trouble.
Right.
Guy, Tony, thanks so much for
appreciate
coming
you
by.
guys.
Oh, wait. Is it over already?
No,
No.
I'm sorry. We're there at 45.
Yeah, we don't want to waste your time, man.
I flew all the way from L.A. I'm staying.
I drove from Colorado Springs in the Pacifica.
All right, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Fire it up.
So do you have to stop in? But where do you stop between here and Colorado Springs? Do you plan the route?
I
out?
do.
Okay.
Would you stop this
I don't
time?
take any route without a Buc-ee's along it.
Really? Are you a Buc-ee's guy?
Oh, I love Buc-ee's.
See, I'm very anti-Buc-ee's. It freaks
Really?
me out when I get inside. It's too much.
Really?
I lose my
I've never
mind.
been in one.
It sounds like somebody that drives a Tesla would be freaked out by Buc-ee's.
Weak, very weak people.
He goes to the original Buc-ee's and they call it Stuckies.
Well, I go in
Stuckies
there.
was original Buc-ee's.
It's so it's like there might be 700 people in there.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I've never been to one.
You never been to one?
Never even heard of it.
Oh man, nothing like the smell of big beef brisket, barbecue brisket sandwiches and the bakery.
I will vouch
And-
for the sandwiches.
Yeah.
I have an
Brisket's
overbite,
good.
so I was called Buc-ee's going.
Guy, it's a coach type setting. You know.
Okay, yeah. Take me to
There's not many first classers in Buc-ee's.
Oh, that's messed up.
take me to
So you
five.
trying to
Take me
say a
to
bunch of 1-star people in there?
Oh, good. The people. Who are the people that like Buc-ee's?
The poor
Stinky
whites,
whites. Yeah.
take me to Firebird.
But their
man.
I like their beef brisket. It's solid.
It is good, right?
The
Yeah.
only thing I was really disappointed in, everything else was pretty good. It lived up to it, and the brisket was good. The jerky wall, I think.
Oh, I never did.
You sound like a freak off room.
They got a jerky wall.
They do have a jerky
Yeah,
wall.
it's like a whole giant wall of
Of
like
beef
all,
jerky?
of all
Yeah.
kinds of crazy
Really?
jerky.
Turkey
but,
jerky?
But I think I got there like when they're having to replenish it because it had been bud fun.
Oh,
I mean, like
okay.
all
Really?
the jerky gone.
Okay, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
so-
jerky's big. But the pumps, they have nothing less than 50 pumps, usually on an average 100, because not all Buc-ee's are equal.
What pump? I don't know what pumps. What's
gas,
that?
gas pumps. It's a gas station.
Oh, it's a gas station.
Yeah,
See, I didn't know
It's a
anything
truck.
about it.
Yeah, it's
Some
a
of them have
truck stop.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
got
basically
it.
a big truck stop. Has
Definitely
they have
Commodore
car
world.
wash.
Okay, like you guys tell me if I'm crazy or not, but I tried to get my wife and daughter to let me, just because I wanted the experience. We didn't stop at a Buc-ee's, but we did stop at a Love's.
Oh,
and
yeah.
What
Love's
I
is
like
cool. I know
about
Love's.
Love's, like we went in there and I told Andrea I want to do this just for the experience. They have this thing where they'll be like,
Number 85, your
Yeah.
shower is ready.
They do. Yeah, that's true.
and I'm like, what?
true.
I'm like, what? I was
For
like,
the truckers.
I want to pull a number one day, and you guys go eat. And I'm gonna go take
Shower
a
there?
shower just so I can say I showered at a Love's.
Well, you look like you drive a rig.
I know a little bit. I'm growing everything out. For
I'm
this
sorry,
here.
guys.
I'm not
And you
cutting
look
it
like
off.
you would shower anyway. I'm a germaphobe.
Yeah, this is again coach behavior.
This is how much.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
with you, guy.
This is how much of a germaphobe I am. I have a membership to the Admirals Club with American Airlines.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Because
all right.
I can't be in the concourse with the concourse. I can't use
so-
it. And I got it really because of if I have to go take the Browns to the Super Bowl,
I see.
then they're the cleanest toilets
Yes, yeah, yeah.
inside the
Buc-ee's
the
have clean
clubs.
toilets too.
No,
Yes, they do.
it don't
Buc-ee's
sound
have.
like- no.
Yeah,
that's
they
one of
do.
the big sellers.
I'll
You'll
agree
be mad
with
because you
him.
don't have to take a shit if you go in Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
I really want to take a
The
shit
bathrooms
here.
are nice. They are. They're very
Yeah,
nice, and they
very
got a
nice.
lot of stalls. So you can walk like all
Yeah.
the way down. There's like 25.
Almost
stalls.
as many stalls as his pumps.
Yeah.
Guy, don't let him fool you. It's no Admirals Club.
Thank you.
It can't be. It can't be
these
close
two
to Admirals Club.
high society.
Just by the name.
These two.
It's a goddamn truck stop to
I'm
Admirals
hanging
Club.
with
It's a
Dan,
truck
man.
stop.
Me and Dan hanging. These two right here.
Okay, like
I mean, seriously, you're
so
comparing
not to
Buc-ee's
side
truck
with
stop.
Tom, but you've got
Admirals Club?
a place called Buc-ee's with a beaver mascot,
Right.
and another place called the Admirals Club, which I'm assuming is the place that I've been in only once because I had a guest pass that has the unlimited draft beer
Yes.
and the cappuccino windows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clean toilets.
Yeah. I mean, I like
Meeting rooms.
I'm with you, but Admiral's Club might be more guys' style.
Yeah. I'm just like rich white ladies flying first class have tiny doo-doos. Truckers, explosion, bad diet doo-doos. So just by that, it's gonna
go in and you look like their ass sneeze. And it's just shit sparkles
Rich
all
white
over the
lady
toilet.
shitted in your lap is still shit, though, right?
but it's tiny deer turds.
Yeah.
They're all
little
dehydrated.
rabbit beads.
But it's like cat food at Fancy Feast.
They're on Ozempic. It's all chemicals.
Yeah.
They're shitting.
Well, me and Dan are, would you please pass the jelly?
I like all of that stuff, all the backwoods stuff. Like I like all of that. I'm growing out my hair, my beard, and my hair like for the whole year.
All my shit stopped growing.
I want to see if I can do for one last hurrah. I started the beginning of the year. I want to say if I can do an entire full year and get that full homeless looking.
Wow.
She got legs.
I want to.
Knows how to use
I've been doing the
them.
beard oil and I've been brushing it. My daughter's like been putting stuff in my hair.
So
like
every
conditioning
time you walk towards somebody, like, hey, sorry, sir, I have no change.
I mean, I yelled at some teens about 4 days ago. I yelled at some teens on electric bikes. That's an epidemic. I don't know if you guys know this. The chubbier teens on the electric bikes because they're not pedaling, so they're not getting any exercise out of it. But they ride all these electric bikes all around here, and they're going to get killed. And they were acting the fool. And I yelled at them. And I've yelled at teens before without the beard. And
So did R. Kelly.
But they don't do anything. And this time I yelled at them, and I got like some of that like Vietnam vet respect. I got some stolen valor. I did, but it worked, and I'm down for it. I kind of like
So
it.
you walk around in an old army jacket. Just,
That's what Tom said.
camouflage,
Tom
with some
said I should
fatigues.
just suddenly lean in.
Yeah.
Get some green pants.
Yeah.
You know, like
Put on fake dog tags.
with the leg. I limp a little bit
Right.
on a bad day.
You look Amish.
Yeah. See,
So
Instead of Amish, you're Amish.
he thinks I'm crazy.
I realized something I wanted to talk to you about, Guy, is I'm about to purchase a storage unit because I need to get the stuff out of my garage and clean everything.
Yeah.
But
And you're
I
not
don't
putting
want
this on the company, right?
I don't want to get rid of
Last
it.
storage unit, he put it on the company, and he put all of his shit in there. I didn't even know he had one. He's been charging the company the whole time. But like, that's my fucking storage unit.
But I'm afraid to, like, some of the stuff I
See,
want.
he won't even justify it. He won't even talk about it.
That's very Admiral Club-ish of them.
Yeah, it is very Admiral Club. Thank you, Bucky.
Because I know, and the reason why I ask you guys, because last time you were here, we talked about storage units and
My mom is a hoarder.
and keeping stuff, but some
Oh,
of it.
so am I. You should in there all
Me
the
too.
cables, all the cables I got because I can't stand throwing away a cable
Me
that's
too.
still good.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't do that. That's a good cable.
I'm like that too.
But I feel like it's a slippery slope. Like I get one, I clean my garage, I put it in there. I'm like, all right, okay, now this is all I need,
Yeah.
Right.
and then it builds back
But
up.
your
And then I'm
garage,
like,
hey, your
I
garage
need a
looked pretty
bigger.
good. It did look pretty good.
Is that where the show started in your garage?
No, it did start in
It
mine.
started in a
Yeah.
garage. I
It did
remember
start
a
in
garage.
mine,
Yeah,
in my house. Yeah, tiny little back room.
So I'm worried that it is a slippery slope, and then
It
I'll
is.
just be paying for these storage units for the rest of my life.
I got one and I need to go clean it. Like it's $500 a month.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
They keep
Guy
raising
Torry.
it.
Damn.
They
And I
keep
got-
raising it. It's
Yes.
That's how they
That's
do
the
it.
scam.
Yeah.
And they're preying on our laziness, the
Yes.
fact that we don't want to clean it out. And they're
Well, me, I'm never home. I'm never in
Yeah,
town.
right. Yeah.
So because it's gonna take a good 2-3 full days of 2 or 3 people to go through my stuff. And I got memorabilia in there, autograph. I got autographed jerseys and balls and
That's cool.
all that stuff in there. I got merch that I need to get rid of and stuff like that. And the good thing is I volunteer with the Homeless Foundation and we have a boutique. So a lot of my stuff I'll take to the boutique and we sell it. And that's what we use to
that's
purchase
cool.
food and give back. I want to send some stuff to St. Louis. Shout out to St. Louis who just had
Yeah.
those terrible, terrible tornadoes there.
Yeah, man.
But I get rid of the man. Just give it away.
yeah,
You're a minimalist.
because it becomes.
You're too attached to it. You're too emotional.
I kind of did that with my mom and dad's house when we had to sell it. I got overwhelmed, and I just
Yeah.
gave it up. Now sometimes I have these moments where I'm like,
miss
it.
but
Yeah.
I'm like, no,
Nope,
you did the right
you
thing.
did the right thing.
Because like it went to collectors. There were like some really nice furniture and things
Right.
that would like meant a lot to my mom. But honestly, didn't really
Shit to
mean
you,
much
right.
to me, and so that memory's kind
I'm
of
real
locked in
sentimental
there.
like that too, though. I'll keep
Yeah,
stuff
so
around.
sometimes it'll wake me up at night. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
But Tony, from like traveling around in your van, you have to be somewhat of a minimalist, right? Unless it's filled.
Oh, I hope it's. Oh my God!
It is.
Please say it all the way to
He
the
got, he
top.
got a whole
It's pretty-
He got a whole H&M in his.
I mean, no, but that's next to my dresser. That's in there. But no, really, it could be stacked to the. I've seen vans lately stacked to the rafters.
Yeah.
Mine isn't quite
Yeah.
like that. I can still look out my window and see. But I do
Florida.
have a lot of stuff in there though.
Florida
I
is
do.
He got a
Florida's the home of the stacked van.
All right.
I do have a.
He got a couple of immigrants in there.
Yeah, I got. I'm hiding. I'm helping the people
Guatemala.
hide from ice in my car, man.
There's something about that van. That van is harboring people. We got to stop that van.
No, it's I do have. It looked like a 1-bedroom apartment though. It
Studio.
does.
More
I
like
got-
a studio.
Could you sleep in there if you
studio,
needed to?
I could. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's-
I have extra pillows and everything just for that.
I've been
And
wanting.
what pillows do you have?
Huh?
The cowboy pillows?
Oh, the cowboy blanket.
Yeah.
What's a cowboy blanket?
He's a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Oh, you got a cowboy. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
Well, that's why I was doing Jerry. Guy, he son of a bitch.
Are you like? Do you support Dak? Are you all in on him?
Yeah, I'm all.
Whack-
I'm
Whack
in
Prescott.
on that. Here's the deal, man. You can't. People love separating, especially in the ultimate team sport of football. They love separating people. Like you can't separate everybody. If ever the phrase "you complete me" belongs to something, it belongs in football because every position they complete each other. So
Yeah.
Dak, he's made some bad decisions on his own, but at the same time, that old line was terrible last year. So he didn't have our running game sucked.
Yeah.
And the running game sucked. The passing game also sucked because they couldn't really block all the time. So he always had to. And then you never know. There's so many dynamics. The receivers may not run their routes properly. You know what I mean? It's a lot goes into.
But he also doesn't get invited to the barbecue.
but a lot goes on. So I can't put it all on one player. Dak, I can't give him all credit either.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you can't give Tom Brady all the credit. If he didn't
pretty
have an
much
offensive
can.
line,
Yeah.
If he didn't have an
Yeah.
offensive line, look at what Pat Mahomes what happened to him in the last Super Bowl. Man, as soon as he got the ball, he was getting harassed, and he's great. Pat Mahomes is great, but that defensive line
Do you
of the
invite
Eagles
Pat
made him
Mahomes
look.
to the barbecue?
Huh?
Does he get invited to the barbecue?
I think I can come to the barbecue. I try to. I've been to several barbecues. I mean, I don't know what you mean, guy.
After they released that tape of him laughing, the outtakes of him laughing
Right.
at that, I can't look at him the same
Right,
way.
right.
Who?
They
Mahomes
did him
laughing?
dirty. Oh, they did him so dirty. I forget who cut him. They took him just like at a press conference, and he laughs. He's like,
Yeah.
Oh, really? I missed
That's a
that.
weird laugh.
And they-
him and Kyrie Leonard.
oh yeah, yeah.
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they
Weird laugh.
did a super cut of it and put it out there, and it's hard to.
If you were gonna bet your van, what happens first? Dallas goes to the Super Bowl or Jerry Jones dies? What would you bet?
Van bet.
I think Jerry's probably gonna kick the.
No, well, when he dies, they all go to the Super Bowl. when he quits being involved, then the Cowboys will probably rise.
Yeah.
Right.
What came first?
Right.
The
Wouldn't it?
chicken or
I
the
mean, is that
egg?
going to make everybody feel bad? Like if the influence was the issue, right?
Right.
Because it does happen. Yeah, I'm not saying it will happen.
But that's what, like, I could kind of relate to how Jerry Jones thinks. I don't know why,
Yeah,
but
I call you Castleberry Jerry Jones.
But it's not as good if he distances himself and lets someone else take over the operations and he has no say, and then they win. It's better if you could try to win with you having
Right.
your hand, because then that's what you want. Who cares if your team wins without you?
Yeah, how do you get recognition if you don't have your hand in there
Yes.
meddling?
Yes,
Let me make this clear that I will never take my hands off my own goddamn team. That's my team, and not even Steven or nobody else can touch my team as long as I'm breathing. I'm going to make all the decisions. You can say that you can call me Jerry Biden and all that stuff if you want. But,
Geriatric.
I love it when he calls into the radio show and then he fights with it. He starts yelling at him. And,
How you
and
doing,
he-
guys?
Yeah, he be on it, man. I've been listening to
Those
him
are.
sometimes, too.
Do you ever listen to any of those? They'll
Yeah,
release
yeah,
them each week, and then I got on this Twitter roll where like it was like suggesting them to me, and I just hit play and listen to it, and I'm like, damn, I kind of like that. I like how like pissed off he is. It actually makes you think he cares about the team, and I can't, I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan. Come on, what do I got?
Well,
Well, now that you mention the Falcons, we can talk college football now. And
That's awesome. That's awesome. He's not wrong.
Dallas not the America's most popular team anymore.
Who
I
is?
saw that. No, it changed.
Who is it now?
It's Kansas City.
yeah, Kansas
Really?
City.
Yeah.
Who?
And I think Dallas.
Is it because of Taylor?
Yeah, well, just because of
Taylor Swift?
because of a lot of things, but mainly the internet. Really, it's just the amount of exposure.
Social media.
Taylor Swift obviously had a lot to do with it,
Right.
but the Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes,
Right.
the new star of the NFL. So it's just like,
Right.
Well,
yeah.
Thomas, I want to share something with you. And
Okay.
yes, it is true that the Kansas City Chiefs have become the #1 team, and I'm still attached to the Dallas Cowboys because they started in Dallas.
All right, so you're taking credit for it,
That's
Jerry?
right. We're attached either way, so we're still remotely second party wise.
Indians over Cowboys.
I almost believe that. Like that's the kind of thing you could hear somebody justifying to take credit for.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody would
Yeah.
say that, but the Chiefs did start.
Sounds very
Yeah. No, I mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that sounds
Yeah.
like a legitimate thing. Like, oh yeah, absolutely.
Right.
We're gonna
Somebody
take
would
credit
take
for
that.
it.
Yeah.
It's like when Austin, like our Orlando City soccer club here in town, started honestly as Austin FC.
Oh,
in,
really?
in Austin. So and they kind of did sort of the same thing. It's like
Really?
when we came here. Now they have their own team now.
Right.
Okay.
But when that team transitioned over here and started winning championships, they're kind of
Right.
like, hey, we did
Yeah,
that.
St.
you
Louis
know?
just got a team
That was our
2
team.
years ago.
Oh, right on.
St. Louis City, yeah.
Yeah.
MLS team, yeah.
I think we have. No, I don't. No, that's Louisville. No, I don't know. We have some sort of a connection there, a player connection that I'm going to blank on.
Yeah,
but-
yeah, I think it is. Yeah,
Like, or a coach, like an
Yeah.
ex-coach
In
or
St.
something.
Louis?
Anyway, yeah,
Okay.
I think there's a connection there somehow, but I've been out of the game for so long now that I don't necessarily remember it.
Well, we're gonna let you guys go because you've been flying all night together.
Yeah, I'm about to go to sleep.
You're too
Flying.
kind, man.
Okay,
We
get-
appreciate you guys so much.
Appreciate
for
you. Y'all always
giving us so
doing
much
something
time,
awesome,
man.
It's
Like,
awesome.
Yeah,
Again, get your
appreciate it.
tickets. It's at the Funny Bone, Guy Torry, Tony Tone. So that's May 23rd and 24th. At is it funnybone.org?
Funny Bone, yeah.
it's funnybone.orlando.com.
Yes.
Right.
And get your tickets before they sell out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I appreciate
Thank you
it.
guys. Love you guys.
Thank
Yeah,
y'all.
love y'all too, and we will see you later.
Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We are live on Twitch and YouTube. Come hang out with us. We'd love to have you join us in the chat room. Just search for @Tom and Dan Live. Like and subscribe. Also, all of this in beautiful 4K. We have brand new cameras and brand new updates and videos. Just like and subscribe on YouTube.
The 18th annual Hurricane Party is coming up May 31st.
18, dude. Holy smokes. Legal.
A ton of different bands. How many total, Paul? Paul Williams is here, by the way.
Hello.
Yeah, way to put him on the spot.
Yeah.
So it's
25 bands.
25 different bands.
Nice. 18 is legal. 25, you can rent a car.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Downtown Sanford, you can get your tickets at drinkatwestend.com or westendvenue.com.
Yep.
And
The listeners are already emailing me. This is no BS. Every year we have a guy, and I love this guy's hustle, and he will write me and go, hey, man, how can I win them Hurricane tickets? Like every year. Every year he writes me, how can I win them? And I'm like, I don't know if we've ever given them away. They're,
Right.
Let's do a giveaway.
You want to do a giveaway?
Sure.
I
Okay.
just want to give them to this one guy. I just want to take
Let's
care
give-
of him, and then we're done.
Let's give him a ticket. But let's do a giveaway.
Okay. You want? Because I can
Come up with something.
People will. Yeah, Tracy and I can do it. Tracy and I can take care of that. Absolutely.
should
It's one of my #1 tickets if people ask for it.
Okay.
By far.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because it's kind of a, we're inching, and it might as well be 20 years at this point. I kind of feel.
Why don't you do a post on the BDM page, and we'll give away a pair of tickets, and whoever tell your story of why you should be deserving of that,
Oh, I like that.
and then whichever comment gets the most likes wins the tickets.
Boom.
All
There
right,
you go.
all right.
We're giving away
Makes
2
it
pairs
easy.
of tickets. Thank you, Paul.
Or
Appreciate that.
we could have people guess why your nickname in college was S Cloud.
That's pretty funny, too.
Could do that.
Yeah.
Whoever gets close enough closer to the pen can win the tickets.
Yeah, before we started the show, we're just kind of shooting it a little bit with Paul, our buddy, and then he proceeds to tell us that his nickname in college was S Cloud. The S is being the
S word for doo-doo.
For doo-doo, yeah.
The S word for doo-doo.
So,
that sounds like something my son would say.
Yeah.
All right, so can I guess before you tell us the story?
Go ahead.
All right.
There's no way it's guessable, though.
Okay,
Oh, I like that. That means it's weird, and I support that. I'm weird.
Okay, it's spring break 2000.
Rewind.
It's spring break 98. You're right.
A young
That's
Paul.
more like it.
Yeah. A young Paul Williams is in Texas.
Yeah.
For Texas spring break, and he's at.
It's a hot one.
And it's a
That
hot.
would have been South Padre Island. in those days.
Okay.
South Padre Island.
yeah.
And that definitely would have been there.
Yeah, and
this is Party Paul.
Yeah, Party
This is
Paul.
peak
And
Party Paul.
Party Paul, it's a level 5 scorcher.
Yeah. I mean, is the Texas Burt Kreischer? Right?
Hold on a second. That's insulting to Paul. Because you've been doing it. I think you've been doing it longer and better.
I would definitely be shirtless.
Yeah. Shirtless, beard,
Bong and beers.
Did you have long hair when we met you?
My hair fell out. My hair fell out when I was 18 years old.
No,
I've been shaving my head since I was 18.
You know what that means? Maximum testosterone.
That's right.
That means, man, I am a man.
I could grow a full beard by the time I was 13.
That means that Paul's so much of a man that his face forced his head hair out. It was like, only face hair, too much of a man.
Paul, I didn't even have.
That also comes with back hair. So
yeah, that's man.
I didn't even.
Kelsey has that. It's really popular right now.
I got a laser removed.
I did too. I got my
painful.
done too.
I didn't get armpit hair until I was 15. I kissed a girl before I had armpit hair. That's how little testosterone
I had hair around my belly button when I was in 4th grade.
4th grade?
Yeah.
All right. South Padre Island, Party Paul. He is king of spring break.
Yeah.
I mean, because
King of the spring.
I feel like even back then, Paul, even you probably even dabbled in some sort of bar ownership, but what I know about you is you knew how to throw a party. You knew where the party was. You know how to have a good time. Party Paul is.
I was in a fraternity.
Yeah, in a frat.
Yeah.
He is in the pool, right? And he's partying, and
Peeing.
he's been partying for days.
Peeing and partying.
Right, and then everybody's there, everybody's partying. The bikini. This is the '90s, so it's a different time. Yeah. Wet T-shirt contests were cool.
Yeah, super soakers were cool.
Yeah. I mean, there was, you get into
Tony.
Yeah. And then, because Party Paul's been partying for a couple days, let's see, there's a rumble in his tummy. And then, let's say someone throws him a beer, and he jumps up to grab it, and from that jump,
it was a jump grab.
Yeah, that jump, the pressure, it released.
Yeah, he did the Nike jump man, and
and it released a cloud into the pool, and therefore S Cloud Paul.
Okay,
that's not it.
All right, that's.
But I did puke while bonging a beer once and threw French fries up through a bong.
That's good. That's good. I love that.
So the story goes, I was working at a bar in college.
All right.
And it's not as exciting as what you said. And it was pouring down rain, and nobody would take the trash out, so we couldn't go home. So I went to the janitor closet area, and I made like a rain suit out of trash bags. And I walk out, and one of the guys says, "Holy S, it's a S Cloud." That's it.
Okay, yeah.
But
you could.
But it stuck. The reason why it stuck is because of all the stuff that you talked about. I had a propensity to make people drink and do shots. And,
Okay, all right, yeah. So basically,
but if you watch the movie Kingpin, that statement is in that movie when he walks out of the hotel.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
Look, everybody, it's a giant ass cloud.
Gotcha.
And that became you.
Yeah.
What were your nicknames?
Well,
other than the obvious one that we've talked about many, many times.
Well, as a young boy in Miami, when I was 16, working at Substantial Subs.
Yeah.
Paleface. My coworkers, because they'd never seen a white person before.
What they call you?
They call me Twain. Because that was the whitest name they could think of.
And we tried to figure this out
Is this
one
a
day.
Mark Twain
Yeah,
reference?
that's what I thought. That's exactly. Man,
Yeah,
we're right here, Paul,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I said, well, they probably, one of your black friends probably felt like, who's the whitest person I can think of? And they're like, oh, Samuel Clemens, the white man with a white hair, white mustache, white suit.
Yeah.
That's as white as it gets.
I work with Brian and Hugo. And then, so they called me Twain. That's why I got my first AOL screen name, Twain 305.
Yeah.
Which I still
He
own.
still
by the
gets
way.
porn emails.
305.
He still gets porno to that. Like he still has a copy of the Paris
good.
Hilton night vision camera video buried in Twain 305.
I imagine we all do somewhere.
I do.
What happened to night vision? It fell off. It was so cool.
It didn't.
In 2000.
I thought that was going to be in the future. I was like, in the future, we're going to video ourselves having sex with night vision all the time.
You can see at night, and then
Yeah.
it's not a thing anymore. Why doesn't the iPhone have a night vision cam? I don't know. All right, sorry, Paul.
I think you can I think you could possibly get a,
I don't even know how that works.
like an app or something for that.
Is it?
You can't get an app for that?
I think it has to be built in the camera in some way. It's not
I
just
had
a
one.
software.
I had remember when anything, and you'll know this, remember when anything that was sports was yellow? Like if you had a Walkman and it was
Yeah.
sports, it would be a yellow Walkman.
Yeah.
If you had a phone and it was sports, it would be yellow.
Yeah.
I had a mini DV camera that you and I use. In fact, I believe I shot a lot of Drunky the Bear stuff on this because I was secondary camera. Where I don't know people, I never got credit for being secondary camera
You never
on
do.
all of that Drunky the Bear stuff. And I was the mother effer that had the sports camera. Andrea was so mad that I bought that sports camera.
You're a good guy for helping me build some boxes and film my
Yeah.
stuff. I wouldn't do that
For nothing. For literally nothing. Do you know that he made me, and this came up via email with our friend Christine, because she's still mad that you didn't buy her dinner at Holobox.
All right.
And then we were going back and forth. He asked me back when he was in his dreamer stages. Now he's got some money and the dreams are dead. But back in his dream stage, he wanted me to help him get a hot tub from my old soccer coach's wife. I finally remembered the story. It was my old soccer coach's wife in DeLand. So we drove all the way to DeLand, and when we got there, underneath the whole thing, it was just a rotten, rusted mess. So he, being the type of person that can't stand an uncomfortable situation, was having a hard time letting the lady know that he didn't want to buy it. So we're kind of hemming and hawing. Am I right? We're hemming and hawing. I think finally I had to say, yeah, I don't know, we'll be back. And then we got in the car. You know what my payment was?
Thanks, man.
Happy Meal McNuggets.
Oh, wow.
Happy Meal.
Tangible.
Here's why money ruins your dreams is because you need to be poor your whole life and then dream about traveling the world or seeing Hollywood, California.
Hollywood.
Yeah. And then
You are traveling the world. You are living your dream.
No, but because when you get money and you start dabbling in your dreams,
Yeah.
you're like, not that good.
Yeah, it does. The dreams are better than the reality.
You're like sailing.
Yeah.
It's too hard.
Well, you're setting a precedent for yourself. This is a thing, man. I didn't grow up with anything.
Yeah.
And now that as stuff comes along, it feels cool for a while, and then you're just like, it's normalized to you. But if you have to take the step backwards, you're like, oh man, like, well, I just can't fly first class every time. Like,
Yeah. You
sucks.
should never experience
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
Gotta
And
deprive yourself.
Yeah.
You have to.
yeah.
You have to do it.
We were just talking to Guy Torry about that. But the problem of first class, though, I've never paid for it. I've always done it through buddy passes and
Yeah.
through the airline industry. But
And I've only paid for it because I've only done it twice.
I feel like when it's done, much like lap dances and other pleasures in life,
Yeah.
is that you
feel
have
gross and you're damn.
like you have like buyer's remorse after. You're like, man,
I
was that
cheated on my wife.
was that worth the extra $900? Like now that like I could have just flew like
That's
flew in
because you
coach.
have more of a concept of money than I do.
I do it this way. If the flight's more than 4 hours, then I'll do first class because I'll get that's too. I start getting uncomfortable and start. I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
Like I can't be like up against someone and start sweating for that long without getting like upset.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. You're right. I guess it does work with like if you are that uncomfortable, because usually I'm just sitting there and I'm like listening to a podcast or watching
TV
ESPN
or
two.
Yeah.
It's just-
Yeah.
And then I look at it like I'm just gonna grind through it, and it could be this, or for $900 more. I could be in a nicer seat, but then I'm looking like they're paying me $900 to go through this misery, and I'm like, I'll do it for $900.
See,
When I fly to Dallas, I mean, I'm white trash. I'll fly Southwest, and I'll just, I'll get in there and get it done. I do have a trick when you're flying Southwest, though.
Hit me.
When I fly with my wife, because it's not assigned seating. There's usually not full flights, so we'll go. I'll make sure, because I have A status. I'll make sure we get on first, and we'll go somewhere and we'll sit in a 3-row seat with a seat between us. Then I will look as fat as I can and look like I'm sick, just to not want anyone to come sit between us.
I love that.
I'll spread out and
Okay.
I'll cough.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
No mask.
The word is out on the internet about this, like this thing, because my
I'll
wife,
continue this behavior for the entire flight, just so you know.
Yeah, I will ham it up.
Yeah.
I can do 3 hours of coughing.
So,
no problem.
Just to counteract this behavior, I'm telling society, find the guy that you notice is doing this and sit next to him. just
Tick him off.
to dissuade this behavior, so that they don't get it all, because I have to fly in the middle seat most of the
I'm
time.
basically turning my row into first class.
Well,
by
like for me, it
acting
was
like a jerk.
It was always peace of mind.
Yeah.
Like for me, it was always the like, well, I'm paying for the quiet.
Yeah.
Because like the difference in like people and what's happening in first class versus coach is, to me, I've always thought is way different. Like coach is
of
just
course it is.
wild, but in first class everybody's like quiet, and when I was more afraid to fly, I felt like I needed that peace of mind. That quiet would like kind of settle my nerves.
This
more.
is how I know I'm still white trash, though, is if I get into a first class situation. Back when I drank, I would drink as many beers as I could to make up for the cost of that. It's just like when you're white trash and you go to a buffet.
Yeah.
You're not eating till you get full. You're eating till where you feel like you've made money.
Yeah,
That's the mindset.
Yeah. You get one over on them.
Yeah.
You're like, I've eaten $1 more than this food cost.
I don't
you.
think I've been to a buffet and I want to go to one. Like I actively have told my wife and daughter before on a weekend. I'm like, yo, remember those awesome Chinese buffets we used to have here in Orlando, like Crazy Buffet? Crazy Buffet with the lady that played the piano was
That was nuts.
That place was so dope, and it had so much crazy food inside of it. And I don't even, or do those places exist, or are we too healthy?
I don't know, man. I haven't gone to a buffet since COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never go to buffets. Like it always.
I just
like,
want to do it for fun. It's funny, like it's
Yeah.
a fun Saturday thing to do for like a late lunch, early dinner. You go to a buffet.
No, because you're done for the day.
Yeah,
It's a day ender.
Yeah, you go there and you just gorge yourself on dumplings and mediocre pizza and tacos.
But I also panic, and then I'm like, oh, lasagna. I'll eat that. I'll get lasagna.
Yeah, you gotta eat it all.
And then I walk a little
Fish,
further. I'm like,
baked
oh,
fish.
cod.
Yeah, get the cod.
And then I have a plate of lasagna and cod and apple slices. And somehow it doesn't go together.
Yes, you
And
gotta
I'm like,
do it.
God damn it.
You got to do it.
Paul, let's talk about the new. Is it a health and wellness center?
Great
or-
segue.
It
From
is.
gorging yourself. Let's talk about your health and
'Cause
wellness
I-
center.
This is why I don't eat buffets anymore.
Yeah. Like, truthfully, it's just not good for you.
All right. So what's in there?
Okay, Will Soul Health and Wellness, willsoulwellness.com. Nice. So it's a local health collective. Think of a what I'm shooting for is like the RDV is the Walmart version of what I'm wanting to do here. So it's a Pilates gym, colon hydrotherapy. There's a skin specialist in there, and she's also a wellness coach. There's a HRT therapist that does functional medicine.
All right.
There's a pelvic floor therapist. There's a massage therapist, and there's a person that does acoustic compression therapy, and he has a meal prepping company.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
So
Ooh, meal
lots
prepping.
of different
Hey, now.
variety of
It is.
stuff. Now, let's talk about the colon cleanse.
Yeah.
And you've mentioned, we've talked about this before. This is something you've been
Big
into.
fan.
Yeah. You've been into a while. You've been practicing this.
Every time you tell a guy about it, they look at you like, you know.
Well, anything with your butt to most guys is that's gay. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
It's like-
even pooping's gay, but I only do it twice a day.
The thing that you insert into yourself is the size of a number 2 pencil.
Yeah, this is all
One way only.
This is the way I describe it.
Please pay
know the-
before you pump.
Do you know the feeling that you have?
Oh, that's different.
Oh,
yeah, the wrong
I
thing.
misunderstand how we're doing it here.
Know the feeling that you have when you have like really good diarrhea and it finally comes out?
Yeah,
Boy,
do
do
How good that feels.
Boy, do I. I tell my daughter that's what I wish it felt like when she was born.
Imagine that feeling for 60 minutes, 1 time per minute.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. That sounds, sign me up.
Because what you do is you
That's
you
almost
let,
too much.
you try to
Paul.
set-
No, I want it.
1 time a minute for 60 times of
60 diarrheas a minute?
you try to let your colon fill up with water, so as much as you can.
I bet I can get the
then you
most
push it
water
out.
in mine. I'm the colon king.
Dude, take it on.
You guys want to do a challenge? Colon challenge?
Someone's gonna burst their colon doing this.
I can hold it.
yeah. I want to burst. You're like, oh no.
I wonder if that could actually happen.
So, like, your first time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna be serious.
This is bad.
So your first time, you go there, she walks you through it. You do the part that, we're gonna be delicate on the radio. It's going.
Yep.
And you're like, wow, this is the greatest thing. I feel amazing.
You get to watch the poo go through a tube also.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that on Jackass.
All medical. This is all medical.
You know, it's funny. All the information I know about this is from Jackass. That's the only time I've seen it on TV or
That's
even
where I
searched
get
it
my
out.
snake information too. It's just from Jackass. That's all I know about snakes.
And then so
No one's gonna staple your cheeks together or anything like that. So
So you're there processing this tubing for an hour.
yeah, it's an hour-long session.
okay.
And are you allowed to get on TikTok during it, or are you supposed to just
Dude,
kind of meditate?
you can do anything you want. I sit there and work on my phone or take phone calls if I
Sure.
need to.
You're talking to people while you're doing
You
it.
can. I mean, it's really
So you're not like heavy breathing.
anything that you would do that you would do sitting on your own toilet. You can do at this.
All
Oh,
right,
I cook on
Cleanse.
my.
And you get to lay
I'll
down.
bring my George Foreman.
You lay down in a little. It's almost like the stirrups you'd see at a gynecology office. Your feet go up, and you're kind of like it's like an inverted toilet, basically. You're sitting in.
I want that. I want a sleeping toilet. I've been begging Andrea for a sleeping toilet. I'm like, I don't want to sit down. It hurts too. I just want to lay down.
Well, a Libby machine's about $40,000.
Oh, really?
Whoa, my God.
Yeah.
Do you lose weight doing that? Like, are you lighter?
Actually,
or-
Well, you're
I-
not gaining weight.
Yeah.
I think that you kind of break even because you're exiting all the stuff, but you're also hydrating from the inside out.
Oh, yeah.
So it's on the
Like
weight
a
loss
cactus.
on the immediate weight loss front. Some people probably are obstructed like crazy. I mean, the first time I went, it was fireworks. I had to go back the next day, and the next day I was so blocked when I first started going. Now I go like once a month. So just to make sure.
like your body has now kind of gotten into a routine.
If you eat a lot of red
this.
meat, you need this really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
That's the John Wayne.
Here's the one thing I can say. It pretty much if you went to a colon cleanse once a month for the rest of your life, it would pretty much admonish you from ever having to think about colon cancer. Because that's what gives you colon cancer is having a bunch of toxins sitting in your colon all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just growing the polyps.
That's
Yeah,
it.
and Tom and I have constantly been stuffing our anger down into our colon. We've talked about this for decades almost.
Yeah, I just leave it there. I thought
I thought that's where it goes.
Yeah, Davy Jones locker.
Yeah, exactly.
Jimmy Hoffa down there.
Let's talk about Pilates. What's that like, Paul?
I love Pilates, man.
It's stretching and strength stretching, right?
It's like if yoga and weightlifting had a baby.
Okay.
I mean,
But it's a machine of some sort, right?
it is. It's a reformer machine is where you do most of your work, which is it's awesome for like. I tell people that I've been going to Pilates for a couple of years and I'm in much better shape than I was. If you're trying to do stuff for yourself long term to age gracefully, like if you want to maintain your flexibility, if you want to build core strength, if you want to make sure you're balancing all your muscles, Pilates is the place to go. It's not the place to go if you're trying to shred your beach body in a month. That's not what it's for. It's not for immediate weight loss. It's for long-term dedicated, if you want to dedicate your body to something that's not. I did CrossFit for a few years, and while I got in good shape, it's so bad for you. It's rough on your joints. This is like for long-term health. Do you want to be able to do stuff when you're 60 or 70 years old? This is what you need to be doing for your body.
So it's funny you mentioned that because lately I've been dealing with some foot thing and whatever.
He don't like to talk about it.
And then I've
He
been
has
very
a Bob Dole foot.
I've been very angry about how my old body is.
And he'll yell at me. He's like, "Don't look at my food! Don't look at it!
You should give it a shot, man. It's really it's good. It's good for like, working on stuff like that out.
So I've been working out a lot, and then I do my stuff, and then and I see on TikTok, TikTok knows that I'm working out, so it gives me a lot of
Hi, do you have a Bob Dole foot?
functional strength training.
Then you need this.
And then it's all about like functional strength and yoga and like just body weight stuff and like mobility, exercises, especially when you're older.
It's like, not exciting to kind of workouts because you're not shredding up real fast. You're getting flexible. And let's be honest. Most people's core strength is terrible. My core strength is really good because I do Pilates. I mean, I can, and as you get older, can you lay down on the ground and get back up like that? This is stuff that you're going to want to do.
How long do I have?
Like,
well,
if I have about an hour and a half, I'm good.
Have you seen the one where it's like this is on TikTok? Like this will show how old you are, and then you start on your knees, and then you have to pop up.
Good luck with that.
I think I could do that. And so my point.
I know I can't do it.
My point is, I'm seeing all this stuff and all this functional strength training and like mobility stuff.
Yep.
And then I'm like, I can do that, whatever. But then the other day, I was like, can I do that?
Oh, yeah.
And then I got on Max's breakdancing, and I could barely do half of it. And it's funny because I was like, oh, man, I've been looking at this stuff for like 2 years, and I'm just telling myself, like, oh, this is easy, without even trying it. And then when I've tried it,
how old are you now?
43.
So here's the deal. It's like, you can do that now, but this is the whole point of Pilates is, do you want to do this at 53? Do you want to do this at 63?
Yeah.
Do you want to do this at 73?
You're going to start now.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get on my knees and pop back up. Hold on.
No, I don't. I mean, you don't need to hurt yourself.
No, I'm not going to hurt myself. Hold on. Here we go.
I mean, you might be able to do it.
You can do it. I'm sure you can do it.
Hold on. All right, here we go.
It's going to hurt my...
I'm not going to do that. But
what was it?
Can you touch your toes?
Yeah, I can now. Yeah. Because I've been... Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, he's good. You're pretty flexible.
So I couldn't do that before, but I'm easily touch my toes now.
I like
Yeah,
this.
sorry.
I like this like men's with feet up straight. Somehow you can that's good, Paul. That's really good.
I couldn't do that a couple of years ago.
Yeah, with the new hip, I'm not gonna try it.
You want to tussle around?
You want to wrestle? See if we can get our peckers hard.
I think I got you. I got about 120 pounds on you.
You will easily throw me through the window
let's
with
roll.
a toothpick.
You want to do some aggressive yoga?
But the thing I noticed was that I was telling myself that I could do this because I'm stuck 20 years ago in what I used to be able to do 20 years ago, and time goes by and you don't notice.
You don't. That's the thing.
You don't notice how immobile you get, and then how stiff you're getting.
Oh yeah.
And then how
I'm so stiff.
And how the fact that like all these like mobility balancing is like just balancing on one leg, putting the other leg out, touching the ground, right? And then you're like, you look at it, you're like, oh, this is stupid.
Yeah.
I could do, and then you're like, well, go try it. And then you're like, oh, this is harder than I thought. And then you're like, well, how long have I been fooling myself and living in the past of like where I used to be compared to where I am
I talked
now?
to a guy just a few weeks ago. He's nearly 80 years old. He teaches like Tai Chi and mindfulness meditation classes. He's really cool, and he's a super interesting guy. And then he told me that something that really hit home. He said, if you don't want your body to age, you should move it in every muscle, every direction it can go once per day at least. Like take the time to go.
I'm only moving one forward a lot.
Everything that you should move it at least once per day. And don't forget, move every muscle, every which way. Yeah, it does make sense.
But it's so hard, Paul.
It's so hard
because I'm lazy.
Plus,
it requires educating yourself,
right? Like you got to know the muscles and where and what to move. and then it requires time,
Also,
and then it requires
well,
the
your phone-
commitment to it.
The thing about health and wellness, and I've been on this track for like 5 years now, is people always want this magic fix, and it's usually this. If you Google, if someone tells me, hey, I'm having trouble sleeping, I was like, Google how to get your best sleep. All that stuff, like it'll tell you, have a nice quiet environment. Don't, listen to sleep noise. Don't watch TV before bed. All the simple things, because it seems too simple, right? It just seems too simple. But 9 out of 10 times, that's what fixes the thing that you're trying to fix.
I know, but I want to look at my phone and swipe reels all the way to 1 second before it pulls me.
Sure, everyone does.
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's you're right. It is like, and then it's just the execution of doing this. Like I have to keep telling myself, like I said, Alexa, like do some stretching. Do like touch your toes, do the mobility routine. It's all on the internet now. It's like, it's like, and then, but even that, sometimes it's like, if I don't get into some routine that takes me years to get into, that it's just hard, but
the other thing, like,
of course it is.
90% of the people walking this earth that have normal everyday complaints can be fixed by just drinking water too. Everyone's dehydrated. I don't understand why they want to live that way.
But I want to do a Joe Rogan ice bath, Paul.
Everybody jumps to the ice bath. You know what it is?
I've done them.
It's like when podcasts rolled out and everybody was like, well, we need T-shirts first, and then we'll think about the show. Everybody jumps to ice bath first.
I had a high school trainer. It was punishment. She would, if you had any sort of injury, if you had an ankle injury, you'd have to go in a full ice bath. It was like punishment. And now people pay for these things. It's like a sensation.
Yeah.
I remember Coach Wynn would be like, "Give me the ice bath," and you're like, "Oh man, this hurts."
Well, I heard doctors on social media. Who the hell knows? The problem is, it's like
everybody's a doctor now.
Yeah,
too.
you get all this information or whatever, but this I tend to believe more than the ice bath and the hot therapy and like the saunas or whatever. Is that like some physical therapist doctor was like, listen, 20 minutes of rest and recovery for your muscles of you just laying down with your eyes closed is like 98% of the same as an ice bath. Is like, they're like, like just basic recovery is essential to being healthy and stuff, and like doing so it's like start off by just moving. Get to the ice bath after you've perfected everything else. Don't. There's like,
Are you sleeping at night? First of all,
you're not doing all the basics. Is like good sleep.
Let's talk about sleep.
Around.
Do you have a routine?
I do.
I'm bad with that.
I'm old now. I do.
I have a routine too.
I'm a lights out by 10 o'clock. I'm eyes closed by 10:30, and I wake up at 6:30 every morning. Your circadian rhythm is so essential to your sleep.
Real. Yeah.
It's real.
It's real.
You can be a high functioning adult if you get into a sleep routine. I'm telling you, if you think that you're tired and all this stuff, I went through all of this stuff, and I'm telling you, I wear the whoop just to remind myself of where I'm supposed to be and how much I'm supposed to sleep. And if you do those things, you feel like $1,000,000 all day long, every day. I mean, I drank and stayed up late and didn't do everything. I did all that for years and years and years. And I felt like all day long, every day.
Yeah.
And I don't anymore.
Yeah, but there's something fun about feeling like S.
I'm 48 years old. There's a 3-year-old at my house.
Yeah, I know.
This is.
There's like I go through glimmers of it, right? Like there's flashes of it being fun, and then like there's just so much pain that goes along with it.
Well, but you know what? It's you don't have any anxiety about dying because you wish you were dead.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you hate everything so bad that everything's pretty good.
When you feel great, you're like, I hope I don't die. But when you feel like ass all the time, you're like, I wish I was. Yeah, there's that. Anyway,
that's
sorry,
true.
Paul. So you can get your tickets for the hurricane party at drinkatwestend.com.
Excellence, the king of the segue.
It's going to be a fun show. It's
25 bands.
Yeah, Mad Caddies are leading it off.
Dude, Mad Caddies, that's a great get. They are such
I love this band.
We play them. We've been playing them on the show before we even knew they were going to be at the hurricane party.
Yeah.
We work with Pirates Press Records. And they're on that label, and we get all their stuff first. So
I've been a big fan for a long time.
It's just such good, mellow, chill reggae, and you guys will absolutely love them.
Lots of ska this year.
Yeah, Supervillains will be there.
Big D and the Kids Table, the
That's
Pilfers.
Another good get. The Pilfers is another. That one surprised me. I'm a huge Cooley Ranks fan, so
Yeah, man, it's I'm looking forward to the
that
whole
one.
show.
I think that's probably the biggest surprise to people is that Pilfers are around.
Yeah.
and that they're playing the Hurricane Party. Like you're gonna get people, I think, that are coming from out of state. Because like that's like legendary, as Cooley said, fourth wave ska. The Pilfers. That's You're not gonna get that very often.
Yeah.
Event starts at 12. You can also still do VIP, right?
There's some VIP left right now. I think there's probably about 100 VIP tickets left.
Ooh, that's not a
So
lot.
All right.
get them while they're hot.
Yep, scoop them up, everybody.
Well, I'm gonna have to try that colon cleanse. So,
You should just come up.
Let's go together. Can we do it together?
Why don't you guys come and just do like a full spa day?
Yeah.
Get a massage, do a colon cleanse,
Can we do
the
a
whole
side by
nine.
side where I want to watch his poop while he watches my poop. We have a race. Can we have a race like the sperm
There's
race?
only one machine. So
Can you split Can you do a splitter, like giving one headphone to your friend on a flight? You know what I mean?
Put a towel over my tube. I don't want Daniel
We'll
seeing
go at the
it.
same time. I'll just lay on top of
I
it.
want to look at the video of his tube,
I
and
don't
then
wanna-
we'll watch his tube while I'm getting my
I don't
tube.
like looking at it. All right.
Do you go butt to butt there, or what do you do?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you do. That's called the Fair Villa.
All right, we will be right back. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. John Graham's here. How you doing, John?
Howdy.
Hey, good to see you, man. Now, there is a bit of confusion because I think we call this something different than he's actually trying to brand it.
Is it What's in My Mouth
And
with
the
John
only
Graham?
theme song I have is this one.
What's in my mouth? What's in my mouth? What's in my mouth? In my mouth? It's not a penis. No,
All right.
Have I heard this version before?
Yeah, I think they have, right? We play this one. They bring it back around.
I thought it was like It's Not Fish or something like that.
They bring it back around.
It's not a penis.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like it when he
Can
comes
you
back
say that?
around. Yeah, I think he can. It's clinical.
How you been, John?
Not bad.
Good to see you, man.
So I noticed you microwave some stuff.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
us
You
today.
want to start there?
Well, let's explain the bit.
Smelled up
Yeah,
our
okay,
whole
still people-
studio.
Yeah, let's explain the bit first.
I'm sure many people remember exactly what the concept of this is. But, yeah.
I don't know. Our listeners a little slow on the uptake.
So yeah, basically what new weird foods are out there in the supermarkets, the grocery stores, the convenience stores, that kind of thing.
And I feel like they're rolling out, and yes, my voice cracked. I'm very emotional when John comes in and brings food. I feel like they're rolling out a lot of kind of different crazy flavors. Like I noticed that last night, my daughter in the dance world, candy is just like king.
Oh, sure.
You gotta always these kids are always like they need a little pick me up, And Maisie had some sort of it was like a sweet tart gummy, but it was like sweet tart gummy, and then the flavors were like this one's sriracha cotton candy, and I'm like that's not a thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we are officially almost entering a time when people are just throwing anything at the wall just to be absurd.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I call it the skibbity toilet. And what I mean by that is there is this new form of absurdity that young people, I'm not even making jokes about it, no different than our absurdity. We had it. My bum is on the rail. It's nothing is different. Nothing is original. Kids are doing the same sort of thing right now. And I think that some products that John brings in, when you get a really weird one, sometimes I think that the board is like, do something absurd because it will sell. Do something crazy because it will get attention.
Well, someone will put it on TikTok or some reel of it, and that's where the free marketing money flows in. That's where you want, you know. So it's almost like you just keep throwing things at the wall until someone gets a viral video, and then you're like, justified.
Yeah.
Because this is, by my calculations, $10 million worth of advertising.
Sure.
That this brand just
Well,
got.
one I don't have because I can't get it here is there's a new Oreo. There's always a new Oreo. There's one that's chocolate-covered pretzel.
I've heard about this, yes.
But as near as I can tell, they're not in Florida.
Also, I've heard it's very good and hard to find. Those Post Malone Oreos, I was a very big fan of. Very much.
No, my son's I
There's
took
a
those
new,
home.
I don't remember what it's in it. There's a new, I think they announced just in the last day or so, a Selena Gomez Oreo.
I will eat a Selena Gomez Oreo, but that sounds gross. When you said that, I would have eaten it
flavor
then,
is it?
and I'll eat it now.
All right, let's.
You want to talk about weird? So Walmart has some exclusives on ramen noodles.
Okay, hold on.
Tom has the El Paso Old El Paso branded.
I'm
version.
gonna say something that's
Mexican ramen noodles.
Yeah,
Like
put
I
it up
said
to
that.
put the label up again. I'm gonna say what I say. I'm gonna make it. This is a very big hot take.
Okay.
Old El Paso, their American style yellow corn, the ones that you bake in the oven, are the best ones. Taco Bell, you can eat it. All the other ones that like those are the ones I like. The old El Paso brand. My mom bought those.
Yeah.
Carol Marie Dennis bought Old El Paso, and I still stand by them.
It's funny how a brand does actually work psychologically because you're like, Old El Paso.
That's the one, yeah.
Doing it like they used to. It's like, this is just some mega factory, corporate mega factory.
They put the paprika in a cup.
Yeah. Who the hell knows where it's even produced? But it's there's scientists in a mega factory making this. It's not another.
They're not scientists.
General Mills says,
no, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a giant mega
yeah,
corporation.
General Mills like, okay, we own Old El Paso. What other product can we put it on? So this is a birria flavored ramen noodle. It's Old El Paso. They're also doing Totino's.
Oh,
wow.
God.
Was it hot or okay?
Oh my God!
Burn my
Do we have
mouth.
video of that? My
He
God.
ejected that across
I
the
think
room.
we have a video of that.
I'm sorry.
My
That
holy
was
Jesus.
burning hot.
My God! Do you not know how to?
Should I have not told him?
What do you have no
It's
feelings?
soup.
You know what? You don't have any feelings. You're like, I don't even know what's hot or what's cold. You're like one of
Well, I
those
didn't
kids. The kids that has a temperature disease. He gets in the boiling lava, doesn't know. He can't feel pain.
Well, I knew it was warm.
Oh my God! Give
and
me
I-
that.
But it wasn't
You
until
went
I
for the center.
I
Never go
closed-
for the center.
I closed my mouth on it, and it was just burning, scorching hot.
All right, here we go. You just get a little bit and blow on it, dude.
I think there's a fajita flavor too, but this is the birria. It's okay.
So tastes like Mexican flavored chemicals.
pretty much.
Yeah, which is but
It's
not
only
bad.
200 calories. You know what?
Nobody turns to microwave
not
ramen
bad.
for quality.
No.
I will tell
salty
you right now,
noodles.
that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I would eat that for lunch. You know, that's a better than nothing lunch. That's not bad.
You got just some salty noodles.
Maisie
right?
would eat that. Like 100%.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
yeah.
Maisie approved salty noodles. Oh my God. Her and Marshawn just mowing down the salty noodles.
Now, do people still? I remember there used to be a construction worker trick at 7-Eleven. Can you still get like free nacho cheese and free chili?
No, they kind of monitor that now, where people can go in, because the guys that used to go in there, you'd go in there and you'd make like a microwave meal, but then you'd really just go to the hot dog area and just put all the toppings for the hot dogs on your microwave meal, and you basically just have like a bigger,
a mega
better
meal
Yeah.
for
Dump a
some
bunch of
super
nacho
cheap.
cheese in your noodles and
Yeah.
scoot.
By the way, how do you not have diarrhea after like
You
how?
do.
But
absolutely
you're
do.
driving in a.
But it's construction worker diarrhea. Real man diarrhea.
Yeah. But I'm saying for the yard guys out there, you know, but there's a problem with urine bottles. Have you? This is big down in Miami, actually.
Yeah. No, you find them around here
Then
sometimes.
somebody hits it with
too.
a lawnmower.
Well, because a lot of the yard guys, the yard crews, they drive around and there's no porta potties anywhere, and then it's like you have a big trailer, so stopping at McDonald's and stuff, you know, can be a pain. And then like I feel like if you frequent a gas station too much and you have your whole crew use their bathroom, like the people inside the gas station are gonna start like putting out of order signs.
Well, it holds
you know,
it up too. The parking lots are too small. Like the one at Corinne, my 7-Eleven, the crews try to go in there, they can't. It's too small.
Yeah, because you have a giant trailer. Anyway, so they just go in bottles, and then now you have a bunch of these bottles in your truck, and you're just like, I'm just going to throw it out to the woods.
Yeah. Well,
And,
it's more fun. I mean, you could empty the bottle into the woods, but you don't. You
Yeah,
could
yeah.
empty the bottle like out your door and no one would ever know. But
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
do
yeah.
that. You choose to throw a bright yellow or bright brown, very dehydrated.
And then the city crews come by with the giant lawnmowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they hit them.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love it.
Where did they throw their BB? City crews.
They
I
just
know.
pee in their pants. They wear diapers.
So old El Paso ramen, pretty
Yeah.
good.
I give that one out of all the, because this is not to insult you.
I didn't make
These
any
are the
of this
I know,
stuff
but some of the products you've brought in, I think the
Sure.
last one you had was a rough go. We had some stuff in there that we were like, what the hell is this?
What
Well,
do
I
we
got
next?
like way too many potato chips, so I got like 6 different.
You can
potato
never
chips
have
right
too
here.
many potato
So
chips.
here,
The
I'll hand you
Dennis's
the-
are a potato chip family.
Lay's Potato Chips has 3 new flavors out there right now where you can actually vote and decide which one is the best.
Okay.
A person, not a food scientist, but a regular person out there invented these 3 flavors. and somebody will win. I think they call it $1 million prize, not $1 million. I don't know what the difference there is.
$1 million prize.
So here's one. I'll give him to Dan. Bacon grilled cheese. Give those a try.
Oh, bacon grilled cheese.
Here's do you like spicy stuff, Tom?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Valentina. You know Valentina?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, big-
Valentina hot sauce
Valentina
is
and
great.
lime.
All right.
I could have done without the lime, but Valentina is awesome.
Valentina is my favorite. The Valentina Extra Hot is my favorite, grocery store brand hot sauce. All right, these are Valentina lime.
So, Dan?
Lay's.
Bacon grilled cheese. They're very cheesy.
But I got the bacon too. They're not bad. I don't like the bacon flavor on those.
I'm going to give you these. Also, wavy Korean-style fried chicken flavored.
Those Valentina Lay's are good.
They smell good.
Yeah. That's signature Valentina right there.
Oh, yeah. That's bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Here, let's try these. Throw those
You
into
know
the
what?
mix.
I got to give those to you. Take those away.
Korean-style
Like, honestly, John,
chicken.
me and my daughter cannot be trusted with potato chips. We will straight crush a bag. I love potato chips.
So these are Korean
Those
fried chicken.
Valentina chips would be good on a torta. Make a little Mexican sandwich and crunch them up on the top.
That one's a little more interesting.
Tom's thinking?
Yeah.
This is Korean style.
Do not care for that one.
Like I never say it right. Gochujang. Is that the Korean?
Gochujang.
Yeah. A little bit of that on there.
Little gochujang.
It's kind of like I didn't need
Gochujang.
the Korean
Gochujang.
the Korean fried chicken flavor on anything else but Korean fried chicken.
I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying? Like I didn't really
agree.
need it on Lay's chips. The Valentina worked.
The
because-
Valentina works.
Because hot sauce adds to the meal, right? So it makes sense that flavor added to the chip. This flavor, Korean fried chicken, did not add to my chip.
Yeah, it doesn't work as much.
Confused me. I was like, ooh.
It's a sideways flavor. You know who got it right? It's like Poland. Like when they do I think their most famous flavor of Lay's is like ketchup.
Oh, sure.
And they're
big in
awesome.
Canada. Canada loves ketchup.
And they're
flavored
just
chips.
bomb. Because it's just like we put something that would taste good on here. We didn't go crazy.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
good on potatoes? Put some ketchup powder on there. Oh, it'll be delicious.
Yeah, it makes sense.
We're geniuses.
One I haven't been able to find here yet is Utz has a lemonade flavored potato chip.
No, thank you.
Yeah,
See, that's
I
what I'm
don't-
talking about.
I don't
That's
know
the-
lemons involved.
That's the
See,
absurdity.
I think it's got some of this. Yeah, exactly. But some of the same things, like the Valentina's got the vinegar bite, so it's gonna have that sharpness.
Now a
little
lemon
sweet.
party flavored potato chip. I'm down.
I gotta go.
Have you seen that, John? No.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Oh yeah.
We'll show it to you.
Before you leave, remind me to show you lemon.
Remember that was
party.
actually a joke on 30 Rock a million years ago?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
Liz Lemon was her name, so she said she was talking about a lemon party, and they were like, "Wait,
It was one of the original internet jokes.
Yeah. I used to put it on Andrea's computer all the time.
Oh, yeah. We used to put it on Bubba Whoop-Ass Wilson's computer.
Yeah, he get mad as hell.
You get super mad.
You're not turning me gay.
And then react by something. He would freak out, but he'd still be looking
Fall
at
out of
him.
his chair. I'm gay.
And then he closed his laptop, and I'm like, well, it's still playing in there.
Then he'd open his laptop back on and it'd still be there. He'd have to close it again. Yeah.
And they tried to drag my computer into the recycling bin.
R.I.P.
All right.
R.I.P. Our favorite dead pervert.
So, what
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Let's palate cleanser. I got 3 more potato
yeah,
chips. So
all
let's
right.
do a soda. This is 7-Up. I brought the zero sugars on both of these.
Oh, thank you for
We got
doing that.
7-Up Zero Sugar Tropical.
Oh, these are ice cold.
Dig up
My
the other one
God.
for
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah.
I haven't had a 7-Up in a long time.
And from what I remember,
Just go to Sprite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I from what I remember, 7-Up was more spicy, more bubbly.
I played the 7-Up Sega Genesis video game they had.
Oh, that's lovely.
With
That's nice.
Now, what do you think? So it's basically 2 flavors other than the 7-Up lemon lime.
Yeah.
There's a drawing on the can, but some people can't tell what that is exactly. What do you think it is?
It looks like a peach and a lime, or peach
Close.
and lemon.
Peach and mango.
Mango. It's good.
I didn't know peaches were tropical. I
Yeah,
thought they
this
were
is
Georgia,
nice. I mean,
but,
it's
yeah.
not my normal flavor. It's not, but it's nice. I can see where people might like this. It's light.
So the 7-Up Sega Genesis video game.
Oh, with the spot?
The spot.
Yes.
He'd jump around. You'd be collecting little dots.
This is when we first had we would love the character that the company made, and we didn't see how disgusting it is.
Yeah,
to
it was just corporate
worship-
marketing.
Yeah, like the Noid. It's the same time the Noid for Domino's was the same
Yeah.
time the Spot for 7-Up.
Yes, we didn't understand like
Yeah, we were
should-
being brainwashed to
Yeah.
love the like I love the Noid. I would have married the Noid. I want to buy a toy of the Noid.
Yeah. This is all
Was
just
it
corporate
the
greed.
Noid game? I remember one of them. It was clear they just bought somebody else's game and put the Noid in it. Did the Noid have a gun or something? There was something really
Yeah, do you wanna
weird
try
about the
this one?
Noid
Yeah,
video
yeah,
game.
I don't want to open.
Oh,
a
too
new
shook
one.
up.
Yeah. No, I think he just
Oh, is
doesn't
it a-
want to waste it. It's
Oh,
zero.
Is it a different flavor though?
No, they're
no,
the same.
they're
Okay,
the same. You
all
can
right.
try it after me. Yeah, I think it's good. It's nice. It's not what I would drink, but the mango flavor and the what did we say it
Peach.
was? Peach. I think it works.
Yeah. And
For me,
that-
it's kind of like it doesn't jump out as either one of those flavors to me. Just like what is juicy fruit? I like juicy fruit gum, but I have no idea what that
I mean,
is.
it'd be good on a hot day. It
or we
would be
put some vodka, we make a mixed drink.
yeah,
out of
it'd
this?
be good for
Yeah.
a mixed drink. But I think more than anything, that in an ice chest, you're outside. Like you come in from running with the boys. And normally you're going to guzzle water, but you know how good it feels when you're outside hot and somebody hands you a Sprite?
Yeah.
So you slam a 7-Up Zero. That would be great.
Yeah. But I want the full fat. That's a yeah.
Well, you can have that, but you don't need the sugar. All right, what else you got?
Okay, back to the chips here. I'll let Dan read these off. There's 3. They're all in a series
This one makes
of
me
Pringles.
angry because that is fake.
Which,
Little beer
which part
can
is
chicken.
fake?
Beer can chicken. I've always had a horrible. I'm at war.
Well, here, hang on. Look at these. There are 3 Miller Lite branded Pringles. Take a look at those 2.
John,
Oh.
Drop that one. Sorry, buddy.
what do you think the advertising or marketing trade deal or whatever it is with Miller Lite and Pringles? Like
How much money
I don't
was
know.
exchanged?
Well, no. Well,
Well, they're
who-
branching out because, like, I also know I saw there's a Miller Lite charcoal for grilling now.
So do
It's just
does
a
Miller-
summer promotion, right?
I'm sure.
All right, so this is beer can chicken. I'll take.
So Miller Lite can't promote Pringles per se on their marketing, but so Pringles can promote Miller Lite. So does Miller Lite pay Pringles for this, or do they make some trade because
I'm sure they're both making money.
the brand because Miller Lite drinkers will maybe gravitate to Pringles and buy this product because the brand of Miller Lite is so
God,
ingrained
the
in their
lame-o warnings they have to put on this are ridiculous. This product contains no alcohol and is intended for adults of legal drinking age. That's
There's
insanity.
no actual beer in there?
This okay. I'm gonna. I hate beer can chicken because it is a myth. The beer does not go into the chicken. It doesn't steam your chicken. It does nothing. You're just cooking the chicken upright. It's a myth. It's fake. But these are good. These beer can chicken Pringles are really good.
What does it taste like? Chicken?
Tastes like chicken.
Interesting. All 3 of
Yeah.
them don't have any meat in them. They're all kosher. They're all dairy kosher,
Yeah,
which means there's no
it's
meat
just
in
chicken
any of these.
seasoning
Yeah.
on it. It's like the
Exactly.
same seasoning that you would get.
Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
He knows this guy. You cook a lot. I can tell. Those are good.
Mm-hmm.
They're not bad. That's not bad at all. That's like I'll try the other ones here too.
I don't know why it bothered me. But I'm like, who is paying who?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I know.
What is it? Like, because
Well, I mean, Miller is its own company, so it's not going to be not like General Mills with the potato chips.
yeah,
well,
yeah.
not sort of those potato
Miller
chips, yeah.
Coors,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it has nothing to do with Pringles, so it's not in the same, But so it has to be Miller Coors paying Pringles to have this on the chip aisle. That way, people look at this and are reminded, oh, let me pick up some Miller Lite, right? And there's no way because what would Miller Lite offer,
Well,
or could it?
Have you looked at Miller Lite lately? Before we even answer that, you'd have to go down the beer aisle and make sure that Miller Lite doesn't have a Pringles can on there saying, "Don't forget to get Pringles for the big game." Like they may be a complete and
Some
utter
marketing
fitty-fitty.
trade?
Like I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out, like,
They're 2 of the biggest brands in the world.
yeah.
Pringles and Miller Lite. The fact that you can even
Miller Lite's
put-
bigger, right?
The way giant
imagine.
companies work, I'm sure both of them are writing the other one a check for some reason.
Right. There's some weirdness there.
Yeah.
And the fact that the Miller Lite can is on there is weird as well because normally you don't get like a full representation of alcohol on another product.
Like I don't know if you remember, about a year ago, I brought in at Aldi's. They have I think it's O'Clancy's or Clancy's chips, and they always have weird flavors. And they did a beer brat flavored chips, but it's just beer. It's not Miller Lite.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, it maybe that the Miller Lite brand is so big that Pringles is like, this will help us.
It's also 50 years
Sell.
of Miller Lite right now.
Is it?
I think it is. They're doing a huge push where you're going to see a lot of Heritage cans rolling out. They're kind of going heavy on where the original light beer, kind of a thing. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of sports, and I've been seeing a lot of 50-year. I think it is 50 years of Miller Lite.
But then also, maybe you would think, though, if you're buying chips for your kids or whatever, like that's a big market, you would probably not buy this because you don't want the beer can.
They have 12 other flavors for the kids.
No, I know. So,
it's a bold move.
But I think it's got to be Miller paying Pringles. I think that's what I would guess.
I think it's a bold move, but I think so. Do you think Pringles approached Miller?
I have no idea. They may want to. The marketing always fascinates me because I'm like, why did this relationship even happen? It must have been because both these companies have giant marketing agencies that they pay millions of dollars to. So this is even outside of their own building. It's like they pay some huge marketing agency, and so that marketing agency came up with this idea and made a deal. Just the details of the deal is what I want to know, which we'll never find out because it's all behind.
Well, my question is always: would these taste? If the deal was with Budweiser, would these chips taste different?
No, it'd be the same because the whole deal is just this picture on the can that's going to be in grocery stores. And so it's just like, that's what they're paying for. But I'm like, are they paying? Or maybe it's like some trade. It's like, hey, we've got extra TV time we'll give you in this because we buy so much. Or I don't know. It's like, anyway, sorry, John. What's next?
No, I'm trying to find out to see if anything.
I don't think
sometimes
you can find
they do
out.
link stuff like this in like Fast Company or, you never know, but.
I couldn't remember if I brought this in before.
Did we do orange cream?
This is orange
Coke?
cream.
We may have done
Coke.
this.
Did you do this one?
Yeah, I think we did do this one.
You want one?
I'll drink.
I'll drink it later. It's delicious.
Cool. Well, then I'll jump right over to, let's see, I got two. Here, tell you what, I'll do this first. This is really more of an ingredient, but do you like feta cheese?
Oh, I love feta cheese.
So this is feta cheese with tahine.
Oh, my God.
It comes pre-sprinkled, which is funny considering, to me, it's a great idea. It's like, Greek and Latin together. Be great on a salad, great on a sandwich.
It's two of my daughter's favorite foods. I kept
but
her
you could
all
also
the time.
make it yourself.
My daughter's always in the counter. She'll take the tahine out and just put it in her hand and just start licking her palm. I'm like, get out of there. Well,
this is the Athenos brand.
That's delicious.
Let's see this.
It's just like tastier feta cheese. It just made
Oh,
feta cheese better.
yeah.
It's like spicy feta cheese.
That's
that's
good.
great.
That is good.
Yeah, that's delicious.
Well, here, let's wrap it up. Or go ahead, Tom. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
Oh, that's a little. That gets you in the fillings. Oh my. That'll creep up on you a little bit.
Got two of these, two new Pop-Tart flavors. Girl Scout cookie brand.
That'll work.
Here, Tom, you want to grab that one first?
I think that'll work.
Again, so who's paying who?
It's another collaboration.
I would hope it's not costing the Girl Scouts a lot.
Well,
yeah, right.
I would hope they're making money on this. But yeah.
Pop-Tarts paying Girl Scouts of America, because that makes sense to me in that aspect, because Pop-Tarts is benefiting by the Girl Scout cookie brand awareness they've been putting out there.
And they even say on here that Girl Scout powers life-changing experiences for girls. This is officially licensed by the Girl Scouts as a USA nonprofit.
For folks who can't see the packaging, we have two. We have Girl Scout Frosted Thin Mint Pop-Tarts and Frosted Coconut Caramel Pop-Tarts. And the reason they call them that is in some parts of the country it's Caramel Delights, and some parts of the country it's Samoas. So they didn't want to put both names of those cookies.
Oh, I thought they got rid of Samoas because it's kind of like a racial term. Like, get out of here, you Samoas.
Samoa's a place.
No, I know, but like it does sound.
People thought it'd be just because it sounded like Samoa.
Like, because
it sounds like a slur even though it's not.
Yeah, if it sounds like a slur, people are like, we got to get that out of here.
It's like the old Office joke where I think someone says Mexican, and then Michael Scott's like, or someone's like, you can't say that. You can't say Mexican.
I can't say for sure, but I would think it's because most people don't realize not Pop-Tarts, Girl Scout cookies are actually made in two different bakeries, and they use different recipes. So depending on what part of the country you're in, Thin Mints will actually taste a little different.
I like the coconut caramel one. That's my favorite Girl Scout cookie.
I'm gonna take a little.
Okay,
I'm gonna try the Thin Mint one because I feel like that's the one you gotta try.
The thing for me is they're both they're not gonna have the texture of a Thin Mint or a Samoa. They have the obviously it's chocolate and mint. What do you think?
It's very good, but it's just loaded.
Still tastes like a Pop-Tart.
Delicious sugar. You know?
Oh yeah, that was really good.
That's really good. With milk.
The interesting thing is
Those are
like
great.
Pop-Tart could obviously just take a chocolate and mint and make them chocolate mint Pop-Tart, right? I mean, it would taste
may
exactly the
have.
same.
Probably, I don't know. They've made enough
They may
flavors.
have.
There
I
probably
bet
is
you-
one,
I bet you they
but-
have.
Yeah, but by adding the Girl Scout like branding to it, then it's
Vouches
like,
for it.
The people have a whole bunch of different feelings about it, like Girl Scout cookies, like the nostalgia of that, or like I know everybody talks about Girl Scout cookies. I'm looking forward to.
Or
like,
your daughter's
the
a
year.
Girl Scout.
Yeah, and then it's I want to support them because obviously they and like all that comes with just. This, the taste will be the exact
What
same.
would be a Boy Scout flavored Pop-Tart? What would that taste like?
They said they only sell stinky popcorn.
Okay.
Which,
So
they
it'd be
got
stinky popcorn.
sell
flavored
some
Pop-Tart.
cookies,
Were
Boy
the Boy
Scouts.
Scouts even called the Boy Scouts anymore? Isn't it just like the Scouts or something?
Or did they?
I think they because
Tracy's
they're
boy
letting
was,
in girls into the Boy Scouts now too. So I think they changed the name of the group.
What?
Yeah.
They let girls into the Boy Scouts.
Yeah. But,
What do they let boys into the Girl Scouts?
not in my America. Oh my God! I don't know why.
I don't think the Girl
Why'd you
Scouts
yell
are
that?
having.
I have no
Oh my
idea.
God.
I don't think the
Hey,
Girl
one
Scouts
Pop-Tart.
I think it's just a practical thing. I don't think it's boys and girls. I think it's that
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy Scouts are not as popular as they used to
We
be.
just call it Scouts now with a Z on the end.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And we've had a lot of problems with,
These
with,
camping trips were pretty
pretty
bad.
Having a groups of boys attracted, like chum the waters.
I know where I'll
Yeah, the
take,
website is just Scouting America.
I know where I'll take the boys
Yeah.
to a place, a completely remote place where no one's around.
Yeah. And we should have taken the people that are most excited about doing this. Why were they so excited? Anyway.
Tracy's son, I think, was a Boy Scout for a minute.
Yeah.
And he did that for a while.
My buddy Pudge was an Eagle Scout, like Boy Scouts all the way, and then he did an Eagle Scout, which is apparently really hard to achieve, and like people look at it as a
Didn't
like,
he
they
get
put
a-
in resumes.
He
and
got a
stuff.
medal from Obama or something, right? Did he? Like,
I went to his Eagle Scout ceremony. It was a long Nautica polo, Tommy Hilfiger pants, and then I was like, "This is stupid."
he got a big white K-Swiss. Big, giant, chunky white K-Swiss. He got long Tommy, pull my fingers. And what kind of shirt? A Nautica? Long Nautica?
A long maroon
And you
Nautica.
got Eminem hair. Bleached Eminem Caesar cut. That's awesome. Congratulations, Pudge, on being an Eagle Scout. I'm Tom Van. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but I wish my sons had the the want to become Eagle Scouts or be in some sort of organization. They don't want to do it, John. How do I?
Well, they're in classes and stuff. They're joiners.
No, Max is, but Tommy doesn't want to do anything. But then I remember I didn't want to do anything either. So, but then I hate myself. They're like, don't turn out like me. Anyway. So, John, anything new been happening to you lately? Been traveling?
No. Well, going to Iowa this weekend.
All right.
Then that's where I grew up. So.
Yeah. What part of Iowa?
It's not going to be interesting no matter what the answer is. Davenport, Iowa.
Hey, it's a small
the Quad
town?
Cities. It's medium size.
Okay.
It's weird there because what direction does the Mississippi River run in your mind?
South.
Yeah, north and south.
What are you, a
pretty much,
serial
yeah.
killer? That's what a serial killer. Which direction does the Mississippi
because
River run?
where I
in
grew
your
up, it
mind?
runs east and west as far as you can see. That's why they built a city there because the river slows down.
Oh, okay. Is this part of the bend of the river? Okay.
Like Iowa has that lump on the side. So, that border is the Mississippi River. So it's just kind
Gotcha.
of right there at
All
the
right.
bottom is where they put some cities.
When you go back to the town you grew up in, do you see people you went to high school with? You see old friends or?
No, screw those people.
No, okay.
I like that.
No, I wasn't a big. I mean, I see friends from when I was high school age, but none of them are from my high school.
Oh, okay, gotcha. What do you do when you go back hometown? You just,
Oh, what do I do? Yeah, see family, see friends. Didn't everybody find the restaurants they used to eat at? And,
Yeah.
And then you go and complain about how it's not the way
yeah,
it used to
like
be.
Iowa Mexican food, which is even less Mexican than Taco Bell, but it's what I was eating when I was 16 years
So
old.
you're
I go back
into
into
it.
that.
Yeah. I have a lot of restaurants that are like that, because food has it's very triggering to me. Flavors are.
Yeah, smell is
Yeah.
one of the biggest memory triggers. That's why we're so nostalgic. And then food is so nostalgic to
like I'll
humans.
walk into the Holiday House or Cook's in DeLand, and it freaks me out. Like I'm like, whoa, like.
Yeah, you remember that.
Then I started having visions of my mom and dad being still alive, and I tear the place apart. I just start swinging my arms like an. I just started to have a full psychiatric breakdown. I started tearing the turkey off the walls.
If you want to
Yelling and
contact John, thatguyontv.com
Yep.
is his website. And John, thank you for so much
Appreciate
for
you
always
being here, man.
Thanks for having me.
coming by. And we'll see you again soon. And we'll see you in a minute.